Thank you for calling YouTube customer support. Your call is important to us. Please stay on the line with all the other lame brain dummies who don't matter. Your expected wait time is whatever.
Wolverine doll, 2K24, big ups. Put me on hold? Don't they know who I am? I invented playthroughs. I'm the man with the plan. Mommy's 10-year plan. Did I need it or not? I guess it doesn't matter. Let's hold that thought. I think about money and I hold that thought. I think about my marriage and I hold that thought. I think a lot about all I never got. Then I take another sip and I hold that thought. I never got my dick rubbed. My parents never bought the doll that goes snicked, bub. I never got the spicy Latina. She never even let me near the spicy vagina. I never got an accoladed Evo. Didn't see no love for DSP, but they love the top 3 though. I never got the respect that I ought, so I try to wonder why, then I hold that thought. I think about Leanna and I hold that thought. I think about T and I hold that thought. I think a lot about everyone I've lost, and I pull another Hogan and I hold that thought. I lost my buddies Rambo and Howard. I threw out my fucking back, now I gotta use a stool in the shower. I lost my money, my nerve and my power. They were gonna throw hands, I just pulled mine back like a coward. I lost my understanding of the how or the why of the bad decisions that I made that got me lost like a tire. I lost my fire, the passion I brought. So I wonder what's left, then I hold that thought.
Why am I this way? Why am I this way? A scam and a play, while time flies away. Why am I this way? Why am I this way? I pray I will climb to level 2, just not today. Okay. Tips. Give me that.
I'm going crazy like CeeLo, from getting overlooked like my lil man Skilo. I need Hogan's, I gotta pull a kilo. My PJs are a chronicle of every time I ate a Dorito. The haters all compel that thought, and hell I fucking wish I could dispel that thought. I dress like I do cause of low tier God. He said I wasn't sexy and I held that thought. I think about the past and I hold that thought. I think about the future and I hold that thought. I pour another gin, take a cold fat shot, then I go downstairs and I hold that thought. I wish I was a little less dopey, a little less copey. I wish I didn't give it all to Scopely. I wish I had a little more hope that I won't die broke and alone, not a note from the homies. I wish the whole world hadn't seen it. I wish I just dreamed it, even if they didn't see my penis. I got troubled thoughts, I get lost in the sauce, all because like my sauce I need a little more sweetness. I wish I was a little bit smarter. I wish I was a charmer instead of just a snorter and a farter. I wish that my emotions had armor. It's hard when they charge me with fraud or escape from a farmer. I wish I could control how my name is displayed in the pages so nobody could say I'm an anus. I may go insane from the hate and the pain. It's a shame that my brain's as fucked up as my fate is. I hold that thought. I think about death and I hold that thought. Your thoughts stay with you, your friends do not. That's alright. I'll just...
Hi, thank you for holding. I understand you're experiencing some problems with your YouTube channel. Hello? I'm sorry, is this P.P. Burnell? 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 Burnell?
I made a big decision. I'm gonna make the investment. Viewers are like, cool. We're gonna see everything on PS5. You're gonna have the new joystick too. What do the haters do? Should have bought a blood test because his cat is sick. It's sad. How dare Phil spend money? Even when it's an investment, that's bad. It's not funny. And beg people to pay for it. It never happened. I said it's a big investment. I'd like to make it back. You support my streams, and that's that. I'm buying equipment for my content. Last month, I told a one-off story. Went to a vet. Essentially, I was very upset. This vet tried to scam me. They were trying to upsell us on a blood test. We're done. On to the next. Jasper is starting to show early signs of dental plaque. Did the vet tell us that? It's called customer feedback. We're going to give it to him. Don't worry about that. He's not sick. I'm going to get this joystick. And she kept pushing it. Just real talk. Let's talk cost. I'm buying equipment for my content. What you guys don't know, there's been follow-up. I'm not going to tell you. We talked with the management. It's true. And the management agreed with us. This is ridiculous. This was 100% upsell to make profit. We don't even know if he received his vaccine or anything. I'm not going to tell you guys that. It's none of your business. When my cat was being examined medically, I was never invited into the room. I had no clue if it was true. Trying to be sold by this vet. Jasper Cat has no problem with his urinary tract. We know this for a fact. Jasper goes bleh, Jasper Kitty had woken us up, vomiting all over the floor in the middle of the night. I got my coffee going. I'm cleaning up a pile of vomit, big clumps of this dirt and hair. He decided to barf everywhere. And how badly will the vomit be? Up in the air. He'd probably be pooping and peeing all over the place, purposefully trying to eat things or vomiting, making himself vomit to get attention. My wife, who's changing the litter box, Jasper Kitty, is running around the house looking for shitting spots. He's trying to shit on the stairs, in the bathroom, in the room across the hallway, under the desk. So I'm chasing him around. I grabbed him and put him down. We almost had a house full of cat shit. In my sleep, Jasper has vomited. Why don't we do full purpose shampoo? The water is black. Sometimes it catches his barf. Jasper Cat has no problem with his urinary tract. We know this for a fact. I had no clue if it was true. Trying to be sold by this vet. Jasper Cat has no problems with his urinary tract. We know this for a fact. He just scratched the shit out of my leg. Jasper, why'd you do that? Jasper, stop right now. That's it. Jasper, stop right now. He pulled my equipment across the whole floor. What are you doing? This joystick is meant to last. It's got the highest end parts. It's got heft to it. It's gonna probably overall improve my game. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna get the
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells.
Hello, welcome to the Atlas Saturday morning stream, where we're going to be doing something a little different than normal, and we're not going to be going into the past and looking at old bullshit. We're going to be looking at the present and looking at present bullshit. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Yesterday was wild. For those of you that know, you know. And I'm super behind on reacting to things in video form. And I wanted to talk about this stuff. So it's a stream style today. Real quick, big ups to everybody who checked out Atlas the Clip Keeper. I'm cutting clips again. I stopped doing that for a while. It's something I did still want to do, just for I want to say community's sake, for people who want the chat on screen in their raw DSP clips. That's not for everybody, but for those of you that are those people, big ups. That's for you. You're welcome. I did see the part of the acoustic style stream, the late stream, and with whatever time we have left after we watch the pre-stream from yesterday, we will be taking a look at that. It was incredibly drawn out, and there was large chunks of silence. So that is what it is, and we get there when we get there. But without further ado, the pre-stream from yesterday. Hell yeah. Yes, Slime Boy is very, very red, and there is a new picture of Cat.
Ready? Here we go.
And I hate this little clip that he's got now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome
he's
to
already
the
on
show.
screen. Big ups.
Welcome to a brand new week of content here on DSP
Whoa.
Gaming. Folks, coming back from break, we got a good one. Because today, I have some really positive, interesting stuff to discuss with all of you. Notably, I've been in a lot of different discussions. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And something exciting is very likely happening this week. But the only way for me to fully explain how this could have come together is for me to tell you a story. And to fess up, to something because I made a mistake. And when you identify a mistake, you acknowledge it, you apologize for it, and you move on positively. And sometimes good things can come of it. Well, yeah, it's looking like good things may actually come out of something. So you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. And I don't blame you because you probably would never have guessed the story I'm about to tell on today's show. But rest assured, it's going to be a good one. So we've got great news. We've got Jasper Kitty. We've got a schedule update. We've got gaming news of all sorts today. We've got a lot of stuff going on today's episode of the Level 1 podcast.
And he absolutely hyped this up. Like, as you can see in the description, like on screen right now, for those of you who are audio style, I'm looking forward to returning to streams tomorrow. Do you have any idea how many idiots are mad that I changed my profile pic and have Return of the King in my schedule here on X? You couldn't make this level of seething from my detractors. Full day of fun coming soon. He announced on Twitter, oh, big news, guys. You're not going to believe this. It's crazy. You're not going to want to miss the pre-stream. And anytime the DSP does that, I'm immediately wary and aware that it's going to be some sort of bullshit, really. There's no way around it. It's always just nonsense. And I don't think that this pre-stream was any different, especially given the current arc that we're upon, right? Sick of the seething, sick of the coping, sick of the maulding, all of this Kino vocabulary. I'm over it, but apparently DSP is not. And you have to listen to the intro because my arrow keys are not working. All right, there we go. We got it. It helps if you turn the keyboard on. I'm not gonna lie.
Alrighty, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the show, and welcome to a brand new full week of streams here on DSP Gaming. Today is Friday, the 16th of August, 2024. I'm, of course, DSP. This here is Jasper Kitty, who wants to crawl all over me as soon as the show starts.
Oh, it's that cat that was sick from the intro songs. Big ups. Still alive, still kicking.
Today, so I'll be here all the way through Wednesday of next week.
We love when the cat's not dead, you guys. That's our favorite part.
Back to the usual 6 days, which I enjoy that schedule. I think it fits nicely into the week and gives me that one day off. So where to begin? All right, I think what we should do to begin is we should just do the Phil's Day Off segment first. Let's get this out of the way so that we can talk about stuff that's also been happening behind the scenes and coming up. But I know many of you are interested in what happened to me, during my day off from streaming. So let's talk. So basically, yesterday was my day off, and I had a ton to do. It was an ultra busy day for myself and my wife. Basically, we had multiple appointments lined up. It was also a day.
Super busy guy, obviously.
We were out of a lot of stuff. And so we had to do a lot of restocking trips, not only going to grocery shopping, but also had to go to Costco to restock on, commodities, paper goods, cleaning supplies, that kind of stuff.
And as an adult style, as a household operator with the equivalent amount of people in the household, and in fact, more cats in the household, I still am just curious as to how this fucking idiot has to go to the goddamn store every single week for all of the things. I'll never understand. Like, shopping trips shouldn't work that way when you buy as much as he claims to be buying at the store. It'll never add up. And he wants to say, oh, there's things going on behind the scenes, and he's got appointments what seems like every single week. But don't worry, you guys, it's nothing serious, and I don't want to involve you in it. But we're constantly talking about the appointments, brother. You're asking for people to dig into it. I don't understand how he thinks that this is, an acceptable thing to say out loud for someone who likes to keep their personal and private life separate. That's the same thing. Their business and private life separate. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. But here we go. We're just going to, keep goading people into asking questions about it. We love it. We love it. I also appreciate that even he understands that Phil's Day Off is kind of a shit segment. Okay, everybody knows that Phil's Day Off is usually a big nothing burger where he just talks about what restaurant that he went to. So he opens up this stream with, let's just get it out of the way, you guys. It's kind of a stupid segment. Who gives a shit? There's more important things to talk about. Let's just bang this one out. You got to appreciate at least that. The self-awareness there, you got to give him the big ups for.
So it was a very, very busy day. And we were out and about, and it was warm, but not ultra warm. It was kind of humid, which is weird because you don't get a lot of humidity.
Yes, Logan, that is the Wolverine action figure he threw a tantrum about it in the background. It's very robust, isn't it? It's kind
of sticky and sweaty, which obviously makes it a lot more uncomfortable than you would like when you're out all day long. We were out for something like 8 straight hours without a break, like just going, doing things. And
oh Oh no, you guys.
Out of all, the
8
weirdest
straight
thing, so we're
hours
out and
without
about, and we're
being
like,
at
we just happen
home.
to
What are
be
you gonna do?
somewhere we usually aren't. Okay, like an area of the state that we're usually not in. And we're like, well, there's other kinds of food out here that normally we wouldn't get, and I wonder what we should get. So my wife says, oh, there's a Chinese restaurant right there. Why don't we get Chinese food? Because we haven't had Chinese food like in a sit-down restaurant. We can't even remember the last time we did, right? Because usually we order in. Usually on my day off, we order in and we get it delivered, but we were out. We're like, well, let's eat something out. We go to the Chinese restaurant, and as we're about to open the door, it says, oh, sorry, sit-down seating ended at 4 p.m. We have short staff. We cannot do sit-down seating for dinner.
Oh
Like,
no.
we don't want to order food and eat it in the car. So I guess that's out. So that was disappointing, right? So just so happened.
Truly one of the worst days that you could have off, you guys. First, you got to do 8 straight hours of not being in the snort fort. Could you imagine leaving your house for more than 8 hours at a time? That's crazy. It's not like anybody does that every single day to go to work or anything, right? And then check this out. You go to your Chinese restaurant that you've never been to in your entire life, and the inside dining is closed. What are we gonna do? You might as well just jump at that point, right? I mean, that's the worst day off. There was no point at even leaving the house. Even better that you never woke up, actually. Jesus Christ. But and like he thinks that this is worth talking about, right? I mean, we're getting it done and out of the way first, so it's really not, but it's just not content. It's not. And it has no business ever being, told to the internet.
In this same parking lot, there's an Arby's. And we've always seen it there, but we haven't eaten at Arby's now in several years. I know it's just fast food, but it's a little different from other fast food because it's not like
Yo, big ups Arby's. Arby's haters, BTFO. Get out of here. Arby's bangs.
We haven't had it in years because the Arby's that was on our block over here closed down like 3 or 4 years ago for health code violations. And it was so egregious, they just closed the franchise. Think about how crazy that is.
Yeah, think about how crazy it is. A fast food chain isn't there anymore.
So
Shout out all of the
hell?
KFCs that are no longer open in my area.
Let's just go to Arby's and see what they have. We haven't even been there to see the menu in 100 years. We drive over there. Arby's is closed. That one also went out of business. What is going on with Arby's? Are they all going out of business? Are they all violating the health code so egregiously that they're all being closed down? It's like, what is going on here? So we couldn't have Chinese food, and we couldn't have Arby's. Okay.
There's something I absolutely love about what is happening to all of the Arby's. What a fantastic question. I never thought I would hear somebody ask, right? Who is so invested in Arby's that they're really pondering on the current state of the Arby's food chain, That's crazy.
We drove across the street and there's some other
things. Goes to
things
show you
over
how much
there,
he's really
but,
thinking about
we're
food,
in
I
the mood
guess.
for pizza.
Maybe
There's
it's
a
not
good
him who's
place
thinking
over
about
there,
it.
but we're in the mood for pizza.
Ag.
And we weren't in the mood for like any of the thing. So finally, what do we end up doing? Jersey Mike's, a place that we could go to at any point. It's only like less than 10 minutes away from the house if I wanted to go get it right now. So we ended up getting Jersey Mike's. We each got a chicken cheesesteak of different styles. My wife got the Chipotle, and I got the Big Kahuna chicken cheesesteak.
Chipotle,
Wow,
obviously.
I mean,
we could never
right?
say
But it's just weird,
Chipotle
like, it's
correctly.
the first time we've eaten out at a restaurant physically in a long time, and we just couldn't get it to come together. Everything was like messed up. Why is everything closed? Short staff, went out of business. Like, what is going on?
Bro, what do you
So anyway.
mean what is going on? Like, this just shows you how detached from the outside world this guy really is, that he isn't even aware that like places are still short-staffed, that these places are closing and they're not well, that doesn't make any sense. That there are places that are closed and have never came back to capacity. And honestly, it's not really that big a deal. I'm gonna keep it real as somebody who also does not like to go outside too often. It doesn't matter. As somebody who also doesn't go out all that often, it's just not that big a deal. And the fact that DSP is making a big deal out of it is strange to me to begin with. Just order in like you always do, boss. Oh, just do it like you always do, and stop talking about it.
That was really, I mean, the thing is, I could tell you all about our day, but it's all personal stuff. We had a lot of personal appointments and things that it sucks because we got to try to cram them in whenever we're available to go out. And so instead of only having like a day where we had to do one thing, we literally were doing like, no lie, probably like 6.5 hours of shit that we rather would not do. And then we spent like, we ate the Jersey Mike's like a half an hour, and then we did like an hour of shopping, shopping of stuff to do. That was a little fun.
Oh no,
like,
guys, an hour of shopping. Whoa.
After that, we came home and
Isn't that how long normal
watched
shopping takes for normal
guys'
people?
grocery
About an
games.
hour.
Very exciting.
it's just something to watch to relax. And Jasper
Whoa.
loves our new curtains in the back of the house. I talked about this the other day.
This is the hypest part. The Jasper segment. We love a Jasper segment.
Years ago, because those blinds on the back door. We have a big glass sliding door in the back of our house, and it goes into the backyard. But it's a beautiful view because right behind our backyard is a big dog walk park and a big forest, and all these creatures, all different kinds of birds and squirrels and wild rabbits. All
I love the creatures
in this area.
We can never just
So
say
peanuts,
animals.
we
It's
put out,
always
a
creatures.
suet block, and we put all this stuff for them to come in
As
the
if he's
yard.
ever going to be
We watch
referring
them
to
through
like
our
the
glass door.
grasshoppers
We have
that
these
are out there, you know,
shitty
the
blinds.
insect
They're like this crappy
styles.
plastic material, and even when I moved in here a decade ago, they were falling apart. Well, over the years, they've disintegrated and snapped apart. So I ripped them all down a few months ago, and now finally we ordered blackout curtains to hang on the back door. So I hung them on the back.
And I want to point this out. A few months ago, he ripped down and that's how he described it. He ripped down all of the blinds off of his back sliding glass door. There we go. No urban doors around here. Not in the Snort Fort, at least. Come on now. So he ripped down all of these blinds a couple of months ago, and just recently they've actually replaced them with blackout curtains. Something that he's been talking about doing in his office for, I believe, years now, and has been incapable of doing so. So we've done the thing that we've been talking about for years, and at a completely opposite end of the house, instead of in the room that would benefit the most from it, where you make your money. Like, just think about that for a second. This is where his priorities are. We're worried about the back sliding glass door that nobody is ever going to see, and the only person that benefits from it is Jasper Kitty. Come on, man. At least respect your audience a little bit, right? You're getting all of this shit gifted. The least you could have asked for is new curtains, I guess. It probably would have been cheaper than a brand new PC or whatever. Assuming, of course, that he's not on a payment plan, obviously.
Door, and Jasper loves them because now he can like go behind them and then peek around and like he's surprising or.
And you're right, Have Blue fixes the blinds, but not the toilet. The priorities are totally fucked on this guy.
Play, you know, it's like his natural instinct is like hunt and stalk, and it's cute. He's awesome. He's playing with them now in the curtains. I'm like, this is cool. Like, I wish we had done this earlier, but you know, things don't really pop into your head. What we did is he used to have his cat tree at the back door. But we moved his cat tree to a new area. That's like a cat area. His litter box and his cat tree and everything is like all in one spot now. So now the back door is just open. You can just see right out there without anything blocking the view. It's much better now. So, yeah, he was playing about in the back.
I don't know how many of you have cats. It's always been my understanding that you don't put the cat food near where they go to the bathroom at. That's just that you don't want them to do that. It's actually a deterrent. You want to feed them in places where you don't want them to go to the bathroom. That way they associate that area with food. And the way that he describes that he has a cat area where all of his things are, I'm very concerned that that's actually the case. That DSP has corralled all of Jasper's toys and his cat tree and his litter box and his food and water all in a central area where he thinks that the cat should stay at, obviously to not get into any mischief. And I don't think that's a good idea, boss. I don't think so. Yes, and no water next to the food either. Yes. I don't know the actual like reasoning for that, but I know my cats personally always managed to get their water filthy when the food was next to it. I don't know how they did it. They're just mischievous, I guess. But I just don't think that's a good idea in general. Obviously. Come on now.
Back door and you know, creatures out there, and he's frolicking around the house all excited because there's creatures, and we're like, this is cute. Let me put it this way. Most of the day was very stressful driving around doing appointments and shit, but at the same time, to be able to spend time with the family, not have to worry about work and stuff was really nice and refreshing. And the good news is next week, my day off next Thursday, 100% relaxation, no appointments, no stupid chore shit that we have to do. It's just going to be a much more relaxing day, and we're looking forward to that next week. Okay. All right. So that's Phil's day off. And one thing I want to do, and normally I don't do this. Okay.
All right. Phil's day off is over. Quick. Like you said, getting it out of the way.
Already. And I feel like if we do contribution shout outs earlier, it'll take pressure off and people will realize, oh, people are contributing and maybe would want to contribute to the podcast as well. Because sometimes I always wait till the end and then we kind of get this big rush at the end. But rather than that, we have a few contributions and I want to shout them out right now. All right. So first of all,
we're trying a new strategy, you guys. This is hot off the presses. This is DSP's big brain plan. We're gonna start doing support shout outs in the middle of the stream, I guess, instead of waiting till the end. And maybe that'll incentivize people to donate, right? Big brain on this guy now. Look at him go. Speaking of support, Aussie Turtles Gaming with the 8 months a little while ago. Hi, at Atlas. What up, dog? Thank you for the 8 months. Big ups, brother. I really appreciate it.
Start off with the big dog.
Big dog.
$5 super chat, and he says he really likes the way
Shout
that I
out,
say
Big Dog.
Duty streams. Ooh, duty. I guess he likes the way I say it. You know, people who like to go over and you know, play with duty. Go ahead and enjoy. I can't stop you from playing with duty. But if you like playing with duty, it's just the kind of thing that, you know, it's not advisable. You could probably end up harming yourself or getting sick when you play with duty. But hey, the duty is over there to be played with.
He thinks this is the funniest joke, too.
Thank you to the big dog. However, my keyboard just stopped working.
I don't know what's up with the duty stream shoutouts recently. Big ups duty, of course, but I just don't know why DSP is hyper focused on shouting out duty several times a week.
I am clicked in.
Seems like a strange thing to do when you don't care about your trolls.
What is going on? It's showing as being. Oh no, it's dead. The batteries are dead. The batteries are dead. The light just faded out. Okay, I gotta get more batteries. I gotta get more batteries for. Oh, you heard a beep? Sticky keys, you heard a beep? Yeah, the light died on this. So I think the keyboard just died. I think I need to get more batteries for it. But I don't know what sticky keys is if it enabled because I didn't mean to do that. So hopefully we can undo it. All right, hold on.
Hopefully we can undo it. As if he's just activated.
Hopefully a working keyboard. Okay, I just paused the recording. I'm just going to run downstairs and grab some more AAAs. I guess they're dead because, like I said, the light went, it turned right off, so it must finally be dead.
I guess they're dead.
Right back,
doesn't know.
We'll continue. Sorry about that.
But I love that he says, hopefully we can undo whatever he just did, as if he's activated some sort of feature that can never be undone. Because obviously that's how PCs work, right? There's all sorts of features and options that you can enable and just never disable. That's definitely a good idea, and all of the companies have done that. The way that he thinks about the world is so strange, or at least the way that he talks about it. I don't know if his linguistic skills are not there and he just misrepresents what he's saying all of the time, or if he genuinely doesn't know. But don't worry, guys. We're going to go get all of the AAAs because we're using a keyboard that is still running on batteries for some reason. The absolute weirdest
shit is going on. I got more technical difficulties, okay? So basically, when I go to click or select anything, it's selecting a whole row of it at once instead of just what I want to select. So I can't even like click and type because it just selects the whole thing. And I don't know what's going on. Like I'm on my
He also gave Tevin and Snorpernell a shout out in this stream later on. Oh, I must have missed that part. Let's go.
What happened now? Right? Does anyone know what that could be? That selects a whole bunch of shit at once instead of just one item when you click? Because it might not even been the batteries. It might have been something else going wrong. And it's on everything. I just tried it on this wireless mouse and my wired mouse, and it's doing exactly the same thing. So how do I fix that?
Yeah, Snoot's asking me to diagnose the problem right now. And I heard what I believe is the sticky keys noise from pressing shift. And if that's not the case, you know, I guess that's on me, huge Atlas L. But I've also, I'm not there. That's the part that kills me every time that we get into one of these situations. He crowdfunds his tech support, right? And expects everybody to immediately tell him exactly what's wrong, right? But nobody has your equipment. Nobody can see your screens right now. Nobody knows what you've done to your PC behind the screens, what sort of apps you have open. Like, nobody knows any of these things, but he just expects everybody to walk him through what he's done. Dude, we don't know. Why don't you just Google something for once? It really is that simple, and why I hate these segments the most.
Okay. So let's see. Go into, settings. This is Windows 8. There is no settings, by the way.
There's no settings. It's not Windows 8, you guys. Come on. They got rid of the settings after Windows 8.
Where would it be? Under keyboard?
Guys, this is the PS5, not the PS4. You're not allowed to change your settings anymore.
Sticky keys is off. Toggle keys is off. Filter keys is on. And it says ignore brief.
Sticky keys is off. Whoa.
Sticky keys is off. Sticky keys is not enabled. That's not what's going on.
Filter keys is on.
I have no idea what's happening.
He just said it. I don't even know what filter keys is, right? But I'm pretty sure that I could figure it out if I just, you know, Googled what the setting is. I have to turn my keyboard back on. as a cat owner, I hope you guys can understand my
God.
keyboard's off all the time.
Nope.
Hey,
I
good
put
morning,
sticky keys
Kanye.
on. The problem is it's not even sticky key. It can't be the keyboard. The mouse, when I click on anything with the mouse, it selects the whole line. So for example, I just opened up my leaderboard and I click to try to like edit the leaderboard. It immediately auto selects the entire line of text. So it's not the keyboard. The keyboard doesn't auto select.
All right, shut up, DSP. So here we have an article about filter keys. As you can see, this is what are filter keys and how to turn them off in Windows. And all I did was type in what is filter keys, and this is the first article that came up. Here's how it works for any of you quick readers out there. I'm not reading any of this shit. I don't honestly care. But here's your information. Here's where you would turn it off at, apparently, as you can see in the settings here. Very cool, very robust. Glad we figured this one out. Big brain, big brain.
An entire line. You see, something is going wrong here. And I don't know what the hell it is. I've never seen this happen before.
Oh yeah, Snood. Here's the thing. Could have done that on my phone as well. Could have just did it on the phone. Something that I know he has and recently spent a bunch of money on.
No, it's not stuck.
As he bought a brand new phone to keep up with his WWE champions,
You
obviously.
start the computer, then the stream's got to go down. Then the whole video has to stop. The stream will end. I guess we could resume the stream. Mouse settings didn't have anything enabled either. Yeah.
Yeah, we should just continue
No, I
the
can't turn
stream without the
off and on.
keyboard
There is a switch.
functioning.
When you
That's
take
a
the
good
batteries out,
idea.
it goes off and on. I already did that. I just swapped the batteries. That didn't do anything.
Don't let me
Like I
forget
said,
to
it's
turn my
not just the
keyboard back
wireless
off.
keyboard. The
Obviously, you're
wired
gonna
keyboard
remind me.
is having the issue. Both mice are doing it. When I click with either mouse, it does it. So it's a Windows thing. It's not a hardware thing.
Just and I can't
Windows
stand
thinks
the
the
sitting
shit
in
keeps up.
silence reading chat for tech support, dude.
Not on
You want to talk
Not
about
on that
all of the
keyboard
things
anyway.
that aren't content? Like, that's it. That is completely unacceptable on every single, like, scale you could imagine. Yeah, Pescator's got the right idea. We just need to buy more keyboards. Just bulk buy a shipment of, like, $20 office keyboards that suck ass. That's the move, obviously. Get those delivered to the Snort Fort. Have the movers move all 100 keyboards up to the office. We can use it like a backdrop. We'll just stack all of them on top of each other.
Anytime that I pressed the button on the wired keyboard, it was making that noise. So I think it was the wired keyboard that's the problem, actually. Yep, it just fixed it. It was the wired keyboard. The wired keyboard was having an error. But now my wireless keyboard still doesn't work. Okay, this is weird shit. Let's do this. Maybe I have to replug this in too.
Honestly,
Yeah, this still isn't working.
it would be an interesting gimmick if
connected, but
DSP
it's
bought a
not doing
shit ton
anything.
of
So maybe I'll
terrible
plug and replug this in
keyboards,
too.
and then every time
Yeah,
one of them didn't
hold on.
function, he just smashed it on stream and then plugged in a different one, like a different $20 keyboard. That'd actually be kind of interesting. I love breaking stuff on stream. That's my favorite type of streams. I see you guys mentioning his haircut. Yeah, that was one of
Okay.
the appointments that he had to go to. I didn't notice
As
it
soon as your mouse
yesterday, but now
works.
that all of you are calling it out, you're right. He's looking
This keyboard's not working now. Are you kidding me? Why would this
fresh.
just stop
He's looking
working?
a little dapper,
This keyboard was fine.
I guess.
Has no issues, and now it won't
Little
work at all. Look,
guarded,
it just
but-
doesn't work. I just plugged it in. It's not working. Let me see if the other keyboard works. Hold on. Let me see if the wired keyboard is working. No. Neither keyboard is working. So it's not the keyboard. It's something with Windows is going haywire. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The other keyboard doesn't work. When I click, it makes a clicking sound. Well, I guess we got to restart the stream, guys. On the day that I have big positive news, we have to deal with this bullshit. All right, I'm going to have to restart the whole PC. Oh, whoa, hold on. All of a
Oh,
sudden,
whoa.
things popped up like it's installing
Whoa.
hardware. Out of nowhere.
I want to rewind that keyboard on. Guys, we're installing hardware. I didn't even know that was fucking possible, but DSP has defied the odds. He's made the impossible possible.
Hardware.
We're installing hardware.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, even. Unplanned hardware
That's still not
installation. Very cool. Very cool.
Two things popped up like it was installing new hardware, but now it's still not working. I really hope my keyboard's not busted. How am I going to do anything? can
Thank
hear
you,
both
Dr.
audible clicking
Face
when I- can
Robber. You
You hear this?
For the
Yeah,
1
okay.
month.
I press the
Keyboard.
button, it makes a
Keyboard manufacturer Tractor confirmed, dude. Absolutely, dude. These keyboards he's been setting on for like 7 years or whatever. Yeah, they were playing the long con, obviously. They were on their Kino shit. They were buddy trolling the whole time. He thought the keyboard was their friends? Stupid. Watch your expose.
Noise? What is going on?
Get clowned on. Yeah, the hardware installation was out of nowhere, dude. Down from the rafters, even. Who would have thought?
I can't type the Windows key and I together. The keyboard doesn't work. The keyboard doesn't work. How could I possibly do that? Here's the problem. If I restart my PC and the keyboard doesn't work, I can't even log into Windows. I won't even be able to get to my desktop. So what am I going to do? If it doesn't work, I'm fucked. I can't even use the computer then. I can't even get to the desktop at all. I won't be able to open a browser to do anything. Even if I got past the login, right? Even if I got past the login, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Like, oh man, this sucks. This legitimately sucks,
what
man.
boomer
I'm
thinking?
nervous.
He's having keyboard issues. He's like, guys, if I restart my computer, there's no way I could ever get it in again. I'll just lock myself out of $2,200 worth of PC sitting here. As if that's even, like, how is that even a possibility that he would think, right? Brother, your keyboard's messed up. Just plug in a different one, or change the settings, or use the accessibility settings to use the virtual keyboard. There's 100 ways to do this, and he's thought of none of them and Googled none of them and just thrown his hands up. Oh, guys, I'll never figure it out.
Now my RGB is malfunctioning on my gaming PC.
And the RGBs are busted again.
What the hell is going on? Dude, literally everything is having a problem right now. Both PCs are having problems. Gaming Guru, you don't seem to be understanding. The PC is the problem. I have 2 keyboards that just magically stopped working. He's like, do you have a third keyboard? What the fuck would I need a third keyboard for? Both keyboards work. The problem is the PC isn't working with the keyboard. I click and it makes that noise. It doesn't work.
Yeah, Gaming Guru, you fucking idiot. God, it's like you weren't even watching the stream,
really?
brother. Pay attention. You need him to
virtual
rewind the
login
whole
Windows
stream
8?
for
Are
you?
you sure about that? I have Windows 8
Come
on
on.
this PC. I'm not so sure about what you're saying.
Your goal was to have him get up and go look for another one? Ah, yes, more chair stream. That's what the kids crave these days. They yearn for the chair stream.
Oh,
just
no,
like they yearn for the mines.
Don't worry, my gaming PC is off when I don't use it. I do not leave that on. Trust me. I'm not stupid.
So hang on. So he outright acknowledges that leaving his electronics on at all times is a completely dumbass idea, and that you would be stupid to do that. Yet for the past decade or so, he's left his streaming PC on, and his stupid little laptop that he reads the chat on and checks his tips on, that also stays on at all times, because we don't want to open the goddamn tabs. But we outright acknowledge that it's stupid. Like, just nothing in his his process of making decisions ever makes sense. He can outright acknowledge that he's making dumb decisions and continue to do them for years, decades even, at a time, but understand they're stupid. I'll never get the pig process.
It's trying to use both of them at the same time. Try unplugging one of them. I already plugged the wireless keyboard into a different USB port and it didn't do anything. It's still not working.
This is so goofy, dude. I love that we still have the system sounds as well. One of my favorite things that terrible streamers do is they leave all of their system sounds in, so you can hear all of it. Because of course you want to think that every noise is your noise and go and check all of your own settings and all of your own applications while watching something that's supposed to be entertaining. Of course. How long is he on this for? I don't think too much longer. I do think that he figures it out very soon. Yeah, he gets to talk in here in a little bit. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Be patient. It's the guy.
Start and hope that I can still log into the computer, right?
All right, we're gonna restart the stream, you guys. That's the only solution.
If I log in, I can't do anything with the browser. Like, what if I can't open the browser to broadcast with you guys again because I have no keyboard? I don't know what's causing it. This is really pissing me off.
And he gets so flustered so
Can't
quickly.
press Alt F4. The keyboard doesn't work. Jeez, what a... Try pressing this combination of keys on both of your keyboards that don't work.
And I get it. Like, doing this on stream
All right, so
would be
here's what I'm
really
gonna do.
frustrating,
I'm gonna have
right?
to go offline, I guess, restart the PC. I will still have the chat open on my laptop, so I'll still be able to talk with you guys, okay? So we'll still chat it up. Hopefully, you'll help me if this doesn't work. If I restart and the keyboard doesn't work, I'm boned. I don't even know what to do, okay?
But he gets so frustrated, and I understand if this happened on my stream, I'd also be flustered and extremely irritated and low-key think about turning his shit off like that. But you don't do that. You can't be that frustrated. You're on stream. You're supposed to be entertaining. You just have to figure it out. It has to be what it is. That's the thing. That's the difference between being good at what you do, I think, or being better at what you do, and being terrible. You let these things get to you live on stream in front of everybody, and everybody knows you're an idiot. You're a clown. I don't... He never fails to surprise me with how bad he can make his content, how unprofessional he can be, despite constantly gloating about how he's super reliable and always on stream and always the professional, and that's why he's still around, because he treated it different than everybody else. Yet he does this on stream. Nobody else would do this.
Try pressing Control and Shift together. What would that do if the keyboard doesn't work? I'm doing it on the wrong computer, by the way.
Oh my
I'm
lord.
so stupid. Nothing. See? The keyboard doesn't work. It doesn't matter what I press. It's not going to do anything.
Fun fact, I was playing RimWorld at the time, and I thought him pressing the keys like that was my in-game sounds going off, and I'm like, I'm not even doing anything. What is happening? I thought the mods were screwing me over. It was DSP the whole time. And that's why system sounds are lame. It shouldn't be in your content,
right?
stupid.
That's all I can do. Make sure filter keys is off. I think filter keys was on, but I turned it off. Hold on. Yeah, filter keys is on. So I turned that off.
Yes, please.
Whoa, I turned it off and it went back on by itself. I turned it off.
Can't see any of the screens.
Dude, I turned it off and it went on again. And I clicked it now and now it's off. What the hell was that? This is the weirdest shit. It turned itself right back on. It works now. It was filter keys. Filter keys is what was screwing everything up. How did that get enabled?
All right, now I have to go back to that
make sure the
article and
wired
figure out how
keyboard works
filter
too,
keys
okay?
did actually get enabled. Hold on, I should have kept it up. I should have looked. You remember when I said I don't care? I lied. Gag.
Anyway, okay. Well, all right, are we ready? Now we can resume. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and no exaggeration, after 15 minutes of technical difficulties where neither of my keyboards would work, I just got them working again, so now we can resume. All right, what I wanted to do shout-outs, okay? And I wanted to update the leaderboard before we get into my big story of the day. So I want to say thank you to the Big Dog for Super Chat, and also Michael Johan has done a...
So in order to turn on filter keys, you have to hold the shift key on the right side of your keyboard for 8 seconds. Who in the goddamn fuck is using the right side of their keyboard's shift key? I'm going to be honest with you, brother. That's alien behavior. If you're using the right side shift key, don't talk to me. It's over, bud. We're not friends. Don't do that to me.
Super Chat. I said, did I miss the big announcement? No, you didn't. I was getting to it, and then we had technical difficulties. So thank you to Michael for the Super Chat, and thank you to Big Dog for the Super Chat. Now, I also have received, excuse me, a generous $50 tip this morning. We haven't even started with gameplay, and I received a $50 tip, and that is much, much, much appreciated.
The dents are wailing out early, of
the
course,
animation
of
me
course.
in a diaper in celebration. This person says, hey, Phil, I just tuned in. Here's $50 just to make him mad. This is so hilarious. Your enemies are all coping because now you've finally made some friends. Yeah, I know. So, by the way, if you want to have your name in a tip, please include your name in the tip body of the message because I don't know what your name is, so I'm just going to say anonymous.
I
But
thought
thank you so
we.
very much.
I thought he
literally
didn't
with that,
want
we hit my tips goal
people.
for the stream.
Shut
I
up,
won't
DSP.
be.
I thought that he didn't want people to donate because they wanted to stick it to the trolls and make people seethe and cope. I thought that people were supposed to support the channel because they like the content, because they like the streams of the video games that he was playing and who he is as a person. But more and more recently, as money continues to pile in, as these $50, $100 tips get more and more common, all of a sudden we're not getting that speech every time. He doesn't care anymore because to him, money is money. And he knows that these Kino dents are the exact type of people that are going to continue to give him money simply to make other people seethe and cope, or what they see as seethe and cope. Like anybody gives a shit. DSP getting money? Oh no, more Hogans are going to get pulled. Darn. Like I give a shit. Give Scopely more money, boss. I'm going to continue to point and laugh all the same. After $4,000 on one stream, this dude got back on stream the following day and asked for $50 more. Like, the money's already gone. It disappeared instantly, and he's got nothing to show for it.
Having to mention, anything about, contributions, but I will shout them out as they come in, and I'm very grateful for them. So thank you very much, guys. Gunner Glasses to start here today. Before I even get to my interesting announcement that you guys are going to love. Thank you so much for that. Okay.
All right, Gunner Glasses on, and we
Now,
barely even started, folks.
Let's get all these shout outs done, and then we're going to get to the big announcement, okay? Anonymous Tipper, $5, says, have a good stream. Thank you so much for the anonymous $5 tipper.
Eric, you got a point. The Dents might as well pull the Hogans themselves. At least they've had some sweaty, some JPEGs of sweaty men. They would also get the dopamine firing off in their brain, and they would become gambling addicts, which is obviously the big brain play there.
Here's the deal.
Become a gambling addict.
A little over a week and a half ago, I appeared on the Kino Casino show. It went really well. Everyone loved the appearance. The Kino Casino viewers have started to come over and watch my content and engage with it and support it, and I'm very grateful for that, because as I said in a highlighted clip here a day or two ago, you guys and your attention and your positivity, you are helping this channel in ways you just don't fathom. For 10 years, I haven't had that level of positivity towards me. Instead, it's been all negative. And because of that, this channel has suffered. Even though the content on it, people say is good, no one really cares or watches it. Everyone just makes fun of me. All right? The newfound positivity, people coming and leaving positive comments on the videos, liking the videos, new people coming to watch the streams. The channel is up on views. The channel is up on engagement. The channel is up on support. The channel is up on everything. And we're not even doing anything particularly too interesting right now. That will change this week, as we're about to talk about.
And think about that for a second, right? Everybody loves the Kino collab so much, right? Despite everybody pretty much agreeing that it was incredibly cringe, and DSP sat there and did pretty much fuck all for the entire stream and let PPP run the entire thing. And for that, I have to be grateful for the casino, because DSP just doesn't have the talent or the gumption to run a stream like that. He couldn't keep it on track. He couldn't move on at a reasonable pace, and he didn't actually provide anything of substance. So that's incredibly cool. Thanks to the casino for at least keeping it moving. But it was very hard to watch and incredibly cringe all the way around. But we're not even doing anything interesting, and we're getting all sorts of support, guys. Imagine saying that about your own content. We're not even doing anything interesting, then why are you hitting go live, right? Why are you continuing to show up every single day if you don't even think what you're doing is particularly of note? It just doesn't make any sense to me. If that's the reason you're hitting go live is simply to make money, don't. Just stop. Thank you so much to Smoke Jaguar for the 2. I missed it. How does he not know anything ever? He's the guy. That's kind of the way that he's always been and will forever be. I don't expect him to ever learn anything, or even, harbor a thought in his brain by himself. It's all crowdfunded, obviously. All of his thoughts, crowdfunded. As the way it should be, obviously. Neptune D with the 5. I'd say the same thing about being reliable if I came on with a hairline like that. Yeah, it's the hairline is reliably receding and creating a crater in the center of his skull for some reason. It's very cool, very cool. Paul Turner with the 5 months. Thank you so much. It feels like Phil was really paying attention during the meta arc in Seinfeld when they were talking about his show. It's a show about nothing. And that's, again, what it'll always be. Regardless of whatever arc or whatever season we're on or what the show writers are doing that for the DSP show, it's always going to be nothing. It'll always amount to nothing. and it'll always be a waste of time. We're just here for the ride and to enjoy the little moments along the way, obviously. Thank you for the 5 months. Paul Turner, big ups.
I'm grateful.
We're
all
being
of this,
grateful
okay?
now, though,
Now,
obviously.
Why am I bringing
Gotta
this
be.
up? Well,
So
after
much
appearing on the Kino
positivity.
Casino show a week and a half ago, last weekend we did our co-op react to the Review Tech USA documentary by June the King. That also went over really, really well. Everyone seems to have loved it. People have reacted to our reactions and love our reactions. They're like,
Everybody
"Oh,
loved it.
we
Of
want
course.
more. We want you and Kino Casino to do more together because you really have chemistry. Okay? Now, as I told you guys, I don't want to go crazy. I don't want half of my work now to be with Kino Casino and then it becomes not special anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why something like this is a big deal is because this is the kind of stuff I don't usually do. And the fact that I went outside of my comfort zone and I gave it a shot and it worked and then it worked again, it makes it more interesting. As opposed to, like, some people are like, be the third chair on Kino Casino. And I'm like, as much as I actually think it probably would work, like, I probably could do that. Number one, they're not asking for a third chair. That's not the whole idea here. That's number one. Number two, I wouldn't want to do it. I want to do my own content. I want to do my own style of stuff. It's cool to every once in a while be a special guest, but I don't want to become a part of their mainstream content. Do you understand? So,
and the fact that he points out like they're not looking for a third chair is accurate, and the mentality that he should have approached this entire thing with, because one of the biggest issues that I've taken with this entire arc is that every time DSP talks about the casino and doing a collab with them, he's always talking about what they're going to do next, what their next collab is going to be, what their next event is going to be before the current one even happens. It was one of my biggest issues with the RTU event that they were doing. He was actively talking about what they're going to be doing in the future, and the doc didn't even come out yet. We didn't even know how that went. They could have backstabbed him and fucked his wife live on camera during the RTU event, and he was sat here for an entire week talking about how they might, play fighting games together or something, right? Just a little bit of just slow it down a little bit, man. Think about these things. Given your history on the internet with all of these other people and doing collabs in the past and how everybody's turned their back on you and wronged you previously, you'd think that he'd have a little more caution when approaching these situations, but he just doesn't. He just full bores goes into it like a bull in a china shop. It's very, I think it's very obvious to me that this is a buddy troll, right? As you wait for the punchline, as you wait for everything to pay off, whether or not it'll be worth it, I couldn't tell you. But I don't genuinely think that any of these A-log styles or any of these farmers or whatever you want to call them legitimately give a shit about DSP. It's all about the content. This is just a very bass-ackwards way to milk DSP for more content, to make these other people more relevant for getting into DSP's life, getting into his inner circle and doing content with him, because it's just a rare thing to do. I think that's all this is. But DSP doesn't even consider that and just does whatever he wants, I guess.
all that being said, people are like, what's next?
Shout
I've
out,
been
the
telling you
spinoff.
guys, I'm working with Kino Casino. We're talking about stuff behind the scenes. So I have an update on that. But it's an update like you'd never expect. All right, seriously, you'd never expect this update. I didn't expect this update. My mind is blown. So prepare your butts, tighten your belts, sit down in a chair and buckle up. If you're not in a chair that has a buckle, like a seatbelt, go to your car right now, sit in it and buckle yourself in. Because if you don't, when I tell you this story, you're going to jump out of your pants and you're going to be running down the streets completely naked from the waist down. And that's not a good look. You'll probably go to jail.
Big sip. Big sip.
Okay?
After telling you to strap in, we
So-
got to take a sip.
I was talking with the Kino Casino guys. And their idea is they want to do a gameplay co-op. I mean, that would be very different from what we've already done, correct? We already had a show appearance, a co-op commentary, react. So they want to do gameplay. And so we started talking about it. Initially, the idea was fighting games. And I'm like, I'll be honest with you guys. I think the fighting game thing wouldn't even work for longer than 10 minutes. Because it doesn't matter what game we play. If we play Tekken, if we play Street Fighter, I'm honestly going to beat you guys up. It's not going to be funny for more than like a little quick joke. But it's going to be like destruction, destruction, destruction. Who cares about that? You want to do something that's maybe more fun, cooperative. You know what I'm saying? So this could be more interesting. So
The ego on this guy. He thinks that because he placed fourth at Evo in 2005, that he's some sort of high-ranking, fighting game player, that he's going to dunk on every casual out there. Meanwhile, he's constantly getting trounced by probably, 12-year-olds on Street Fighter 6 on the daily. Every time this guy plays games, he's getting absolutely dunked on. Again, by people using, the standard default PS5 gamepad and somebody half his age, if that. It's just an insane amount of ego coming from this guy. Especially given that he doesn't even know whether or not Andy's good at Tekken 8 or if PPP has ever even played a fighting game. He doesn't know.
Hey, good
For all
morning,
he
Kanye.
fucking knows, they could be second place at Evo or third place at Evo. He wouldn't know. But he's so confident that he's just going to trounce him and that it's not even going to be entertaining. He's completely shot down the idea. Something that could Jesus Christ, could actually be relevant to his content, given that he does have a history with fighting games. It's crazy to me. Yes, his 50% win rate just means he's gonna kill them all. Absolutely, Bode. Thank you, son of the Divine Bear, for the 6 months. Fair point. How is he so paranoid about every little contribution, etc., but taking the casino balls deep? And that's what I've been asking myself this entire time. Whatever rising behind the scenes that has been going on privately in these behind the scenes style DMs has got to be insane. They've got to be fluffing him like no other. That's the only way I could see them worming their way into this position. And it wouldn't be the first time. I believe Andy and PPP were extremely close with Ethan Ralph at one point, and then completely, turned on him and dunk on him on a regular basis now too. What I think is actually their more interesting content. I think their worst content is their DSP stuff, which is a shame. Regardless of whether or not you like their content, I did enjoy their stuff on other people. That was my way to follow other lolcows that weren't DSP, and one of the reasons I don't like this arc at all. Gengar Green with the 5. Anyone else find it odd how ever since Phil's done the Kino Casino crap, the no drama narratives kind of died? Yes, absolutely. The king has returned. The king of hate. We're calling people out, and we're investing ourselves in drama, and we're gonna react to our own documentary, and it's all just nonsense. It's all nonsense. He's found himself comfortable with a new grift that he's claimed to hate for years now. It's very cool and very robust, and a change I didn't see coming in season 16. The show writers on this one really came out of the blue, right? Especially given all the features, right? Did you ever expect to see Kino Casino on DSP stream? Did you ever really expect Mutahar to get involved after he was shot down completely into oblivion last year? He's making the return. Sorry, spoilers if you hadn't seen the pre-stream yet, but if you know, you know.
They were thinking about it, and they got back to me a few days ago, and they said, well, what about a co-op playthrough of that new game? It's only been out for like a month or two, Chained Together. And I looked into it, and it's a silly game. It's on PC, by the way, so we could do it on PC. And it's online co-op where I guess 4 people play, and you're all hooked together by a chain. And it's like platforming, survival. It's definitely one of these memer games where it's like a bunch of content creators who play it together and get each other killed and yell at each other and laugh. You know what I mean? It's silly fun. It's not anything super serious or anything, but it seems like something that could actually like work. All right. So they suggested this to me, and I said, I'm not against that. I don't know anything about it, but we even talked about it. I said, how would we do it? And he was like, well, we could all stream our own perspectives. Like you could stream on your own channel as we do it live. So your fans and viewers could tune in there. We'll have our perspective on our channel. We may have people jumping back and forth to see the different perspectives from each person who's playing. Right. And I thought, yeah, that's actually pretty good, because that way, it's not like if I appear on their show, they're going to benefit. They're going to get some contributions and stuff. If they appear on my channel, well, then I'm going to benefit, right? But if we do our own thing, but we're still doing work together, we all benefit, right? Like we all get something out of it. And I was like, this sounds fun and fair and something interesting that I haven't done. When was the last time I did a co-op? Seriously, can you even remember the last time I did a co-op?
And this just kind of goes to show you exactly what's on DSP's mind when planning these things, right? He's talking about, oh, they're going to make some contributions, they're going to get support, it's going to benefit them, and then if I do it on my end, then I'm going to benefit, and if I don't do it on mine, but we do it on theirs, and I'm not getting anything. Like, it shouldn't work like that. I understand this is his full-time job, but when you're collaborating with other people, I really don't think that money like that should be your primary concern. Your primary concern should be making good content. It should be collaborating with these other people, expanding your horizons a little bit, introducing yourself to their audience, and vice versa, however you need to do it. The fact that money is his primary concern right from jump, I don't know, man. It's just a bad look. When it comes to content creation online, talking money, I think is just incredibly abhorrent. I don't think it's a good look for anybody. I'm sorry if that's you, but that's just the way I think about it.
So, sounds like an interesting idea, right? So they said they had a bunch
you're
of
right. He
ideas for
did do
people
co-op with
who
his
we could
wife,
co-op
Mr.
with.
Treving, and
One
he
is
did
Mutahar,
play
I guess
games
it was
with
by
Brian.
Some ordinary gamers on the internet. He's a very popular YouTuber.
So the question of when is the last time I did co-op was honestly not that long ago. And you seen how it went with Kat. She didn't even want to be in the room with him. And Brian would rather play with his other friends instead of DSP, so that he just brought them along the last time. Very cool. Thank you, Joseph Moy, for the 10. I appreciate it, brother. DSP stops talking shit about Mimi streamer co-op games now that he thinks he actually has some friends. The duality of man. And I didn't even think of that. I didn't even take that into consideration. You're right, because this is exactly the type of game that he would be shitting on every single day as people ask him to play it. But now that somebody else has asked him to play it, that has actually offered to play with him, that could make him more money than he typically would. Oh, absolutely, you guys. That would be fun. That would be cool. That would be interesting. This guy, dude.
He also said Josh Moon. I think Josh Moon is the owner of Kiwi Farms. Now, I have no idea how that would work. Or I'm being honest here. The owner of Kiwi Farms, the website that has been responsible for some of the most heinous things being posted about myself, my family members, my business. There's been full doxes. There's been all this shit going on.
That's what they do there, man.
What in the goddamn?
I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand what they're going for here. All right. They want to do something that's so outside the box that no one would expect it. And you know, it would never have happened if all this other stuff hadn't been happening. Correct? So we went back and forth a little bit. And so, you know, in regards to Mutahar, and that's how you pronounce his name, correct? Is it Mutahar? Because I want to make sure I'm saying his name right. So essentially,
we've been talking about Mutahar every so often for at least a year now, and not once ever has DSP even given a single shit how to say his name. Not once has he ever asked for clarification. Not once do I think he's even addressed the fact that he says it wrong and people call him out in chat for the weird way that he says the name. But now that we're cordial with Mutahar, now that we've talked to him recently and there's a possibility we could be doing a collab based entirely through the casino instead of one-on-one, now we care how to say his name. Now we're interested in getting it correct as a nice thing to do. Just the fakest shit on the planet. He didn't give a shit about you then. He doesn't give a shit about you now. All he sees is dollar signs, Mutahar. That's it. That's all he's got in his eyes, brother.
I said to them, okay, like, here's the thing about Mutahar. I'm not against doing a co-op gameplay with him, but that would be confusing as hell to me, okay? Because Mutahar, from my understanding, and allow me to explain, from my understanding in the past, Mutahar has been absolutely nothing but nasty about me. He said, I hate this guy. I hate the way that he asks his viewers for contributions, and I'm completely against it, and I really hate his guts because of this, right? Like, I've heard him say stuff like that, where at least people have said,
I really hate his guts because of the way that he begs.
Correct?
Real talk.
And it was only a year ago, all right? I'd come off the Side Scrollers interview, which went incredibly poorly. We all know that, right? And Mutahar apparently offered me $5,000, okay, for an interview. Why did he offer me $5,000? Because I guess Review Tech wanted to offer me, like,
how the hell does he say apparently offered me $5,000 when he got on his own stream when this was happening and was saying that that was exactly the case, that these were private discussions that were happening behind the scenes, and he was sorry, I hit the microphone. He actively confirmed that $5,000 was the offer on the table and that he specifically turned it down and said that he didn't want any money at all. We're just blatantly misrepresenting the very thing that he talked about on his own goddamn content. How does he not remember discussions that he had, private conversations that only he was privy to and disclosed publicly? I just don't understand, man. If you're gonna be a liar and a scammer and a secretive style, then do that. Don't fucking get on stream and blow out your entire op because you're an idiot. If you're gonna scam, be a better scammer. That's really all I ask. Don't make it so obvious. Come on, man.
Like $2,000 for an interview because he wanted to interview me after Side Scrollers. Like, everyone wanted to talk to me after the Side Scrollers interview, right? Because they just wanted to cause further harm and damage. They wanted to talk about more drama and all this bullshit. Okay? So Mutahar had posted up, $5,000.
Mutahar posted up
to do an interview. And at the time, he basically DM'd me on Twitter about this. I keep calling it Twitter. I know it's X. Who gives a shit, right? So he
basically DM'd him, whatever the hell that means.
Essentially what he says is, I want to have a direct interview with you. I'll pay you $5,000, right? It'll be a fair interview, but there's going to be, harsh questions and stuff like that. And I basically went back to him and I said, listen, I just did a 7, well, I wasn't 7, it was like 5. I just did a 5-hour interview with side scrollers. And although people don't like the interview, I guess, my answers aren't going to change about any of the shit that they tried to ask, the intrusive stuff about my life or my business or my finances. The answers are going to be the same. So, if that's all you're interested in, all right, then I'm not interested. I said, however, if you want to do an interview, and by the way, I'm not going to accept any money from you for this interview. I'll do it for free. I think I even said if he wants to donate the money to charity, he could do that. I can't remember how I phrased. I think I might even said that. Like, if you want to pay someone, go donate the $5K to charity. Don't give it to me. I don't deserve to be paid for an interview. That's ridiculous. Okay? I said, but I'll do it for free. However, I just don't want to do an interview with you that's all about drama. There's no point. I have nothing new to say about all the drama shit. I said my piece on it. Okay? But if you have anything you want to talk about, like topics about gaming, about YouTube, about things that I can add insight into, because I've been in the game for 16 years and I'm a lifelong gamer, then I'm all game. All right? So that's how I left it. And literally, he just didn't respond. Okay?
This entire premise, the entire setup was DSP, and I genuinely believe this, was DSP knowing that he was actively this was DSP telling Mutahar that it wasn't worth his time. It wasn't worth doing. That's why he said to donate the money to charity, because he knew that this was never going to happen. Because nobody wants to talk to DSP about fucking video games. And if they do, they're an idiot. He doesn't have anything interesting to offer. He doesn't know anything about video games. He doesn't understand how they work. He doesn't even know how to play them. Something that's incredibly wild to me, given that he's been playing video games consistently for the past 16 years, but I digress. He doesn't know anything about them. He doesn't offer anything. Why would you waste your time and your money when you're not going to get anything interesting out of it? You're not going to be able to make content out of this because nobody's going to watch longer than 5 minutes and realize he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's all this ever was. And that's probably why Mutahar wasn't interested, but we'll find out very soon that actually wasn't the case. Big ups, Alex Feature for the 5. Yo, Atlas, here are a few pesos for your fave burrito. Well, I really appreciate that. The burrito fund is coming in nicely, tubes. I appreciate that.
Goddamn?
The lunch. I love lunch after this stream. Incredibly hungry. Who cares? Thank you for the 2. He's acting like the vest streak never happened, and he always has been. Ever since it ended, all of the money was gone. It was never to be seen again. And yet we get on stream and beg every single day. Like, we didn't make, what, $21,000 or something ridiculous in such a short amount of time? Money that could be life-changing for a lot of people. DSP pissed away and pretends it never existed. Very cool. Very robust. Son of the Divine Bear with the 10. Thank you so much. No message on that, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Big ups. Neptune D with the 5. Phil can't run with the fact that he's a lolcow, but wants to prioritize the fact that he's a gamer. If he took the boogie route, should be sweet. Sorry, I read it and didn't comprehend anything.
What in
It's
the
always
goddamn?
been strange to me the DSP doesn't lean into being a lolcow and instead leans into being a gamer. Like, there isn't better gamers, more informed gamers everywhere on the internet, and it's one of the most saturated markets ever, and that he offers nothing. At least in being a lolcow, he offers something unique, and he does actually have a different perspective. Whereas when it comes to gaming, he has the worst takes in history, and even then, they're not even original. It's very cool and obviously worth the content. Smoke Jaguar with the 5. He really doesn't understand that he's the reason the Side Scrollers interview went poorly. We have to study this man's brain. Yeah, well, and he said that people didn't like the Side Scrollers interview, I guess. Everybody who watched the Side Scrollers interview thought it was one of the better, possibly the best interview that he's ever done, and possibly one of the best collabs that he's ever done, because it went so poorly for him. I don't know who he thinks that the interview was bad. It was probably one of the best pieces of content that he's ever been a part of. Doesn't make sense to me. Jambalaya with the 10. Man, he's really staying away from the drama. Absolutely. He's not a drama farmer, dude. He doesn't like drama content. It's the lowest form of content and the easiest form of content to do. Yet he's actively getting himself involved all of the time and constantly talking about it. Sound meaningful to you? Sounds meaningful to me.
He didn't respond at all.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
And basically, all he cared about then, okay?
Mutahar ghosted, obviously. Didn't want to do the interview because he didn't want to talk about anything actually interesting.
I basically just felt like all he cared about was drama, right? And if he's ghosting me, that confirms that, right? Okay, so now we're a year later, and I haven't spoken about Mutahar, haven't paid attention to him whatsoever, at all, okay? And now these guys from Kino Casino seem to want to arrange this co-op gameplay with Mutahar. So I went back to him, I said, here's the weird thing. If he is okay with this, that's confusing to me. Because a year ago, it seemed like he hated my guts. The only thing he was interested in was talking to me about personal drama. And then he ghosted me for a year, right? And so I said, you know what? I'm going to go DM Mutahar and see what's going on. It's weird that he would want to do a co-op gameplay with me. Because I guess along the lines there, you know, Kino Casino guys did talk to Mutahar, and he said, yeah, I would do it. So that's what I mean. Like, I went back, I said, that doesn't make sense. Why would he want to do this with me? Because it doesn't make sense at all. It's very confusing, right? So I said,
And this just goes to show you how familiar he actually is with the people that he talks about, how much he actually knows about their content and the way that he feels about them. Because I don't think that Mutahar has ever said that he hates DSP and he would never do anything with him. Like, obviously he would. He reached out to him in DMs on Twitter to talk about potentially doing content together in the form of an interview. Mutahar, I believe, from what my memory serves, I'm not the biggest Some Ordinary Gamers viewer or anything. I've definitely seen the content, especially the DSP stuff. He's interested by him. He thinks that he's a very peculiar case and just kind of wants to talk to him and understand, because none of his, again, decisions make any sort of sense to a rational human being. And DSP doesn't seem to know that. He thinks that anytime that anybody has ever talked about him in the past, previous to now, it was all negative and everybody instantly hates his guts and wants him, you know, tarred and feathered and walked through the street in shame or something. When that's obviously not the case. There's even detractors that make content that don't hate DSP and instead hate the actions that he takes and wants him to do better and make content that's actually interesting. But he'll never understand that, because despite what he says, he thinks that everything is black and white. He thinks that, you know, you have to hate him if you talk about him online, or you wouldn't be talking about him at all. And that's just not the case.
I'll DM Mutahar again and I'll find out what's really going on. Let me have a conversation with him. So I went to DM him and it says, you can't DM this guy anymore. I was like, he blocked me? Holy shit. So not only did he ghost me for a year, he apparently blocked me at some point too, so I couldn't even like follow up with the conversation. So I went back to Kino Casino and told them that, and they're like, oh, well, we didn't know any of this personal drama was going on. All right. You know, we'll have to take a look at it and figure it out or whatever. All right. So then I was talking to these guys again last night about what we want to do. And basically, after discussing it back and forth, I was like, I still want to do something with you guys, you know, this week. So we were talking about dates and stuff, and that I could do it. And I was giving them, you know, dates on when to do things. And finally, after the discussion of dates and everything, I said, let me take another look. And I went, I don't know what spurred it, but I went over, and guess what? And this is guys, where I have to completely 100% admit fault, and I have to publicly apologize. I've already personally apologized, but I want to publicly apologize for something.
Rare for DSP.
I had blocked Mutahar.
That's not rare, actually. I lied. I lied.
I had blocked him, and I don't even remember doing it. Like, I 100% don't remember doing it at all. Okay? It was on me. I did it. I'm the moron. So this whole year, I've been saying, oh, he ghosted me. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he actually would have like followed up and contacted me again, but I blocked him on Twitter, so he couldn't. So I'm the moron here. I'm the fucking jackass. Give me 2 fucking big donkey ears on my head. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Why would, it pisses me off because now I feel so stupid because, you know, this might have been a situation that I've exacerbated, saying things like, oh, he ghosted me for a year. He probably didn't. It's probably my fault. Okay? So I want to,
and all you can do after this is wonder how many other situations has DSP gone out of his way to make exponentially worse. How many times has DSP told a story and misrepresented everything that happened because he didn't want to acknowledge his own actions, or he didn't remember doing that, which is complete fucking nonsense. I don't buy that for 1 second. Obviously, as soon as this conversation happened behind the scenes, he blocked Mutahar because he didn't want to hear about it anymore. Right? I mean, this was at a time where he was actively shitting on just about every content creator that was reaching out to him, just last summer, if you recall. So yeah, no, absolutely, I'm not buying this. This is bullshit, and only makes you wonder how often DSP is actually lying to benefit his own narrative, which is probably all of the time, and one of the reasons you can't trust anything that he says. Everything that he says should be scrutinized because he's a known liar. You cannot trust liars. It's just the way that it has to be, and he's made his own bed. Now he has to lie in it. Lie in it. Get it? Did you get it?
for saying that for a literal year, because I'm stupid. I want to apologize publicly to Mutahar. That's on
Talking
me.
shit about somebody for an
really don't
entire
remember
year
blocking
because
him on
you're
Twitter.
dumb.
It probably was
Very
either
cool.
a fit of rage one day, or who knows, right? Like, I don't even know. But that's my fault, okay? So I unblocked him, and I sent him a DM, all right? And this is, by the way, this is not private shit. This is like very basic cordial stuff. So I want to clear the air here.
Wait a minute.
So-
Wait a minute.
So
Okay, all right. Okay. My Firefox is crashing. Okay, we're good. We're here. Let's go.
I sent him this DM, okay? Hey, so I'd like to apologize. I know nothing about you, much like Medicare. And all I know is that you apparently...
All right. Okay.
on here. I'm the fucking jackass. But give me 2 fucking big donkey ears on my head. Hee-haw, hee-haw.
Hee-haw is pretty good, though. I am glad we got to see that again.
Stupid, because, you know, this might have been a situation that I've exacerbated, saying things like,
Can we get the hee-haw clip, please? I need that for later. Unrelated.
Okay? So I want to, for saying that for a literal year, because I'm stupid, I want to apologize publicly to Mutahar. That's on me. I really don't remember blocking him on Twitter. It probably was either a fit of rage one day, or who knows, right? Like, I don't even know. But that's my fault, okay?
And what does that tell you about DSP, that he's actively, potentially blocking people in fits of rages? Like, what kind of 42-year-old man does that? He's angry at God knows what, and he just goes online and starts blocking people who talk shit about him? Jesus Christ, brother. You need to get a better grip on reality. You need to figure out what's actually important in life, because that is incredibly sad and embarrassing. Even if that was the case, I would not be acknowledging it online like that. You're insane. Come on. You should be ashamed. Thank you, Chris Dorner Respecter, for the 5. His apologies are transactional, very narcissistic. I'm sorry. Now you can't get mad at me what I did years ago. I'm sorry. Now I can profit off of you. And that's exactly what this is. The only reason we're talking kindly about Mutahar after all of this time is because we see the dollar signs. There's money to be made. There's a grift to gaff on. That's not a word. There's a grift to grift off of. You know, it's always transactional with DSP. He follows the money in the most roundabout way possible.
So I unblocked him, and I sent him a DM, all right? And this is, by the way, this is not private shit. This is like very basic cordial stuff. So
Please don't read DMs online. Just point blank period. This is how he lost his friendship with John. It's just a very bad look. It's not professional at all. Please, wherever you're at, do not share DMs. It's just bad for your health. Point blank period. That's the only thing to say.
Here. All right. So I sent him this DM, okay? Hey, so I'd like to apologize. I know nothing about you, much like Medicare. And all I know is that you apparently really dislike me and have told your audience this over the years. PPP, which is what Ashton of the Kino Casino guys go by.
I'm glad we could finally figure that out.
Of Chain together, and I was like,
Triple P was bothering me.
Good morning,
He
Kanye.
ghosted me for a year after he offered me an interview. And now I just checked, and I realized that I had blocked you some random night for some petty ass reason. It's on me, and I'm sorry. I honestly don't remember doing it. I'd be down to talk and maybe do a co-op if you are. I have no idea why you dislike me, but if I refuse to talk to people who've insulted me, I'd just be talking exclusively to my wall here, you know, and I laugh.
Real shit.
Okay?
That's true. That's true.
So, that's what I sent him. He responded. All right?
Which is crazy to me, because if I received a paragraph style like that, you're getting left on red, bud. That is just unhinged behavior, if you ask me. Don't send me paragraphs like that online. Unless we're close, unless we're friends and we're having a discussion about something, you know, robust and meaningful, don't send me that shit. Don't do it. Kill me with the 20. The clip of Muta laughing at the guy's bubbles brings me an indescribable amount of joy. I hope this collab on Tuesday gives us some more Kino moments like that. Well, I'm hoping for you as well. I hope for the entire Snortex that it is Kino and that it is very interesting and robust, and there's plenty of things to talk about. Thank you for the 20, brother. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Here is Mutahar's response. And let me tell you something. This is mind-blowing. Okay? Absolutely, positively, 100% mind blowing, this response. Are you ready for this? Because no, I never expected this response either. Okay?
Big sip. Gotta preface the story and then sip
Fuck
on
you,
it.
motherfucker, you piece of shit. No, that's not what he said. I'm kidding. I made that up. He said the
Oh.
following. You ready? Honestly, man, I don't have any dislike. I think a lot of this might have stemmed from your habit. Oh, no, from a habit of watching you on YouTube. And I see a lot of clips of you financially incentivizing your audience. Yeah, there's a ton of clips of that out there. It's a massive peeve of mine and something that I found to be...
Wait. There's a ton of clips of that out there. Yeah, but that only speaks to how often you do it, bozo. Those clips can't exist if you weren't doing it that often. How does he not connect the two? I don't understand. The issue is that there's a ton of clips out there that are like that. It's because you do it every single day, multiple times a day, incessantly in the most obnoxious way possible. That's on you, stupid. You've painted yourself in a bad light to other people, and I don't think that Mutahar should be apologizing for this. You're seeing the DSP content for really what it is. Everything in between those bag segments, or the segments that you see that aren't clipped, is just dull, boring nonsense. The type of shit that you fall asleep to because it sucks so bad. Not even like it's when you watch video essays or whatever to go to sleep and you're interested and it gets you thinking about something else so much so that you fall asleep into a dream that is actually fun and interesting. DSP is dull enough that you literally close your eyes and turn your ears off because it's more fun that way. It's a narcolepsy cure, really.
In my opinion, a bit manipulative.
That's the wrong one.
Honestly,
That's the
you're not
wrong
a
one.
bad
What's the other
guy.
one?
I really do think a lot of your detractors are insanely unhinged with how much digging that they do on you, or actually going out of their way.
What's
to
the
dig
one
into
where you
serious
can't sleep?
personal aspects
Now
of
I'm
your
dumb.
life. If asking for donos is your worst crime, then I'm the one that has to apologize.
Insomnia. Thank you. There it is.
I'm
there
not
we go.
done yet,
We got it,
bud.
boys.
What?
The chat going crazy
What?
with insomnia.
Wait a minute. Stop the presses. Hold your horses. Everyone
oh.
stop in your tracks. Someone who is a big content creator, someone who is well respected, right? Someone who has an audience, who when he speaks, his audience listens, and therefore they act based on his opinions, right?
What?
And
wait. Somebody,
audience,
what?
Who when he's someone who is well respected, right? Someone who has
guess.
an audience.
Yes.
Who when he speaks, his audience listens, and therefore they act based on his opinions.
That's not how that works.
Right?
That's not how that works.
Who basically has crapped on me all these years, supposedly for my grift, as they say, right?
Yes. This is your grift, absolutely.
Has basically just said that now I guess what it probably is he's seeing me. Oh, by the way, I didn't finish because this is why. Seeing me on Kino Casino.
So many assumptions being made here. Holy shit.
Knowing the Kino Casino guys, right? He's basically now saying, I apologize for my behavior if the worst thing you've ever done is kind of annoyingly ask your viewers for contributions.
But that's not the worst thing that DSP's ever done. So all of this is bullshit nonsense that didn't matter. Imagine that. DSP wasted your time again. Ack, right? I love the praise of Mutahar, though. Oh, he's such a respected content creator, you guys. And when he speaks, his audience actually listens, unlike when DSP talks, of course. And they take his opinion and they act as if it's their own, because that's what he wants his audience to do, obviously. Mutahar is the cult leader that he strives to be every single day. He wishes that his audience went out of their way to act on all of his own opinions. That's what he wants, and Mutahar is that, even though that's not how that works at all. And despite having respect for a content creator and their opinion and what they say, it's not like a one-to-one with the way that you behave. Because I'll tell you what, I enjoyed Kino Casino before the DSP arc, and afterwards, I'm taking everything they say with a little bit more, a little more grains of salt, because of the way that they've behaved. And that's exactly how this whole thing should be working. In fact, I haven't seen a Kino clip in a very long time. A real shame. I'm missing out on content that I actually enjoyed for what it was. Very lame, and I'm upset about this, actually. The real loss here is that I lose out on content that I enjoyed. L.
Holy shit. No, never in 5 zillion years would I have expected that. That is the biggest out of nowhere shocking thing to happen in a long time. Let's put it that way. No, I never, it's like people all of a sudden are treating me nicely, right? And I'm just like, what is going on?
You're
Again,
being milked,
I'm not
stupid.
used to this at all. This is shocking that I would be treated with respect. That people would actually look into the situation rather than just follow negative memes about me. And now that they see the truth of the situation, they're being nice. I don't get it. 10 years, guys. 10 years.
10 years singing the same song. I did everything correct. I did nothing wrong.
And now that positive things are going on, right? I'm losing my own mind. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
And Snoot, I couldn't have said it any better myself. This is the most pathetic thing ever. This entire arc shows just how pathetic and lowly DSP is. He's actively hyping up and being excited that people are treating him with a modicum of respect because they're either uninformed or actually trolling DSP. Just think about how sad and pathetic that is. A 42-year-old man, and the most exciting thing and biggest aspect of his life is his streams, and nobody on the internet respects him for 10 years. And the second that anybody even buddy trolls him, it's stop the presses, you guys. It's, oh my God, I can't believe it. My mind is blown. Somebody actually is talking to me. This is a 42-year-old man with no friends, no aspirations, no good content, and no outside hobbies, hyping up the fact that people on the internet are actually talking to him. Bozos on the internet. Just, there's nothing going on in his life. What does he have? He has nothing. He has nothing. If it were anybody other than DSP, you could feel bad, but you just can't when you know who he is.
I'm lost. Okay, so let's continue because I want to finish this, okay? So continuing on, he says, past 3 years, I don't know if you've seen my content. I haven't. As you guys know, I don't follow any of these guys' content. I just learned about Kino Casino recently. I gave him a shot. Obviously, it worked out, right? And now I don't know anything about Mutahar, the kind of content he puts out. I don't follow him, okay? So listen to this. Past 3 years, I don't know if you've seen my content. I've done investigations on numerous influencer crypto scams. On Gerard, the completionist's charity fraud, and more recently, how Boogie completely lied about his cancer. There are some seriously terrible people on the platform. Seeing you on Casino has been very redeeming. I'd be down for some chain together or just having a chat or something even further down the road if you want. And then he basically said, have a good night. And I said, wow, good night and thank you so much. So what the hell is going
thanks,
on?
Muda, for being nice to me in DMs on Twitter.
What a loser.
What is happening? Because again, this had to be ironed out. I was not going to do co-op gameplay with him unless we had some kind of a conversation first, because it made absolutely no sense to me that this is a guy who people have told me over the years doesn't like me, makes fun of me, rips me a new butthole when it's convenient for him for his content. So why would I do a co-op playthrough with this guy, right?
Right.
Now,
Obviously.
after him saying that, I feel like he's a complete 180. Like,
now that he's fluffed me up and lied to me in Twitter
is
DMs,
this really happening?
I'm convinced, you guys.
This isn't like no one's kidnapping me and punking me, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't like a VR alternate reality bullshit or alternate, what do they call it? Altered reality, AR. This is not like, this is real,
What?
correct? Like, everything here I'm touching, it's tangible.
Oh
I
my
feel it.
God.
Yeah, ow, that hurt. That hurt when I pinched myself.
Cringe, ew, yuck. Stopping it there for a second. I seen somebody ask in the chat that they had seen somebody saying that Mutahar has fallen from grace. Is this true? What's up with that? For those of you who don't know, Mutahar has spent quite a bit of time on the Lol Cow live show, the live streams with Boogie and Wings and formerly Tommy C and Keemstar.
What in the goddamn?
And I'm gonna be honest with you, having seen some of his appearances on that, his behavior as of late has definitely, they say when you stare into the abyss, eventually the abyss stares back at you. When it comes to Mutahar, the more and more I seen him on that show and the more interactions I seen him have with these other lol cows, the more you can just see that it's not a good look on his behalf. When he's doing documentaries or he's doing these like exposés like on Gerard or whatever, that's interesting content. When he's making the things that he actually does, he looks into things or he talks about tech, he actually has something to say, and it is respectable and he's knowledgeable on these matters. When it comes to shitting on Boogie for his cancer or putting up money for charity for his play button or whatever nonsense, it's just not, again, it's not a good look. It's definitely the farmer becoming the lol cow, is they say every one of them does. So I don't know. Mutahar getting involved in a lot of lol cow stuff is like it just changes your view on him when you actually do enjoy his other content and the things that he says elsewhere.
So I guess it's real, right? But I'm just like, what the hell? And here's the truth. I never had a beef with any of these people who have had a beef with me. Kino Casino was making fun of me, but I didn't know who they were. Mutahar slamming me, insulting me. I don't know who he is. I don't really care, right? Like, these are people who only had issue with me. I never had issue with the world. The world just hated me. And now all of a sudden it's like things are like changing. And I don't really know how to handle it. I don't, because it's good, right? This is all good. This is like, I think what it is people are actually seeing what's going on, the positivity, the turnaround. They're calling it a redemption arc. The thing is, I
wouldn't call it that.
I consider it a redemption arc because what am I being redeemed of? I didn't do anything wrong. I was just sitting here in my space for a decade making content, and they chose to make me the target of this kind of harassment. I'm not sure what exactly it was that I did that started this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was my egregious, heinous action that started all of this that everyone hates me? I'm not sure. Because here's the truth.
It's the constant lashing out at your audience and the people who pay your bills. It's your constant bad attitude. It was your inability to actually keep up with the industry that you're in. It's constantly begging. It's constantly having some of the worst stream etiquette I've ever seen in my entire life. It's the fact that you constantly feed into all of the negativity and the trolls online and have been for years, making it a huge part of your content. Those are all of the things that people know about DSP and a lot of the reasons why he's a lol cow, regardless of whether he wants to acknowledge that or not. That is why they would call this a redemption arc. Regardless of whether or not those things are true, it doesn't have to be true in order for it to be a redemption arc. It's all about how people have perceived you and not what the truth actually is, which all of those things are true, of course. But it's still a redemption arc regardless, because you have been redeemed in the eyes of the public, which is not the case, of course. But if you want to play semantics about it, it is still that, obviously. Thank you, Gaming Guru, for becoming a member of the 60 Skulls. Big ups, brother. I didn't mean those mean things I said about you earlier. We were joking. We were acking.
I'm changed, right? It's just a weird flipping on its whole head kind of a deal. And I can't believe it. All right? I just can't believe it. Is it right now? Nemesis T-Type says, what is this? Good karma? Is a decade of bad things happening to you? Does it line you up for good karma eventually? And again, I do feel like it's too good. You know me, we've already talked about this last week. I feel like it's too good to be true. I feel like it's all fleeting. I feel like it's just going to flip on its head again and everyone's going to hate me again. I just feel like it's coming, right? But that's partially because of me being beat up for so long and having these feelings in the back of my head that I'm not good enough and I don't deserve anything. It's part of depression. It's part of other things in my head and my emotions. You know,
that was my depression.
But maybe things are actually getting better, because when he sent me this message last night, I was like, I seriously can't fucking believe I just got this. Like, this is the complete and utter opposite of anything I would have actually expected to get from this guy. And I'm reading it. I'm like, this can't be true. This has to be like I'm dreaming right now, right? Like I'm a fever dream. No, I woke up and I still have the message. It's still real.
Brother really went to bed and thought he was dreaming and woke up surprised to still see a Twitter DM. Again, just pathetic. A 42-year-old man. Ack. But I wonder, because people have viewed him the way that they viewed him for so long, like you genuinely have to be pignatized, like he's pignatized himself, to think that because he's done a couple of pieces of content that people watched. I'm not even going to say that they liked it, because you can't confirm whether or not they actually did. But because he did a couple of pieces of content that people watched, that all of a sudden the entire internet's, perception of him is changing, and that, he's on his redemption arc, and that everything is on the up and up now, and the wave of positivity is coming after 10 years. Well, what actions has he taken to change his behavior? What actions has he actually taken to change the public perspective? The answer is nothing. He's the exact same person that he's been for years. The only thing that's changed recently is that he's gotten some upgrades for his stream. Very cool, very robust. He's only, 5 years behind the curve on that one, if that, possibly more. And that's about it. That's literally the only change. Very cool. I don't think that that's going to be enough for a redemption arc, and I don't think that that was ever going to change anybody's perspective on DSP. But again, completely pignatized himself, and he never saw anything wrong with what he was doing. So it's no wonder that he thinks it's about time.
Okay. So, yeah, so here's the truth. I never had anything against Mutahar at all. If you were to ask me about Josh Moon, yeah, I'm pissed that Josh Moon hosts a website that has really fucked up stuff about me and my family and illegal actions on there. That's fucked up. Even you could argue he didn't put it up there. It's still up there, and it's his website. He's responsible for it. So, yeah, I understand legally he's in the clear. Morally, he's not. And so I do kind of have a problem with that. All right? Do I hate the guy? Do I hate his guts? Do I wish harm on him? No. But it does upset me that he has allowed that website to exist when he's seen the harm that it's caused over the years. Okay? With Mutahar, I don't think he's ever really done anything, negative to me. Right?
But you thought that he hated your guts.
So I don't really
make that wait. No. Make that make sense. We thought Mutahar hated our guts, and we thought, or he thought that that DSP was a heartless e-beggar, and he wanted him strung from the rafters or whatever. But now we don't think that Mutahar has ever said anything negative about us. In all honesty, I don't know, you guys. It just doesn't make any sense. Again, if you're going to be a grifter, if you're going to be a scammer, if you're going to lie to people, at least do it right. Don't make it so obvious. Make it a cohesive story that actually makes sense, right? You could be the worst person on the planet, but if you're good at it, at least you'll have that to your name. DSP can't even lie well, and that's all he does. Thank you, Kill Me, for the 5. The perception of DSP has shifted because other lolcows have become so much worse. RTU, Ralph, Fuentes, Rakita, etc. Yes, I don't think the DSP has ever been the worst lolcow. I mean, there's actual murderous, incestuous, PDF file styles out there. DSP is actually a very tame lolcow. He's a very casual introductory style. And that's one of the parts that I actually like the most about DSP, is that it's fun to clown on him because there's actually no real negatives other than these dents getting scammed out of their money, which is honestly none of my concern. If that's the way you want to spend your money, be dented, I guess. Like, there's nothing I could do about that. Scopely makes out, sure, whatever. I don't think that anybody ever really thought that DSP was the worst. Is he terrible? Absolutely. The worst? Never has been. Michael A.E., thank you for the 279. He's so happy. It's like his daughter Panda called. Man, if season 16 ends with a panda feature, I'm quitting. It's that simple, bud. I don't think that even I could handle the return of a panda, So I got my fingers crossed. But yeah, that is what he's acting as, though, as if Panda was back in the picture or something,
I think it was more on his end, him not liking me, than anything else. I knew nothing about him. No, I don't know that he exposes these big scams and horrible things going on. I don't have any information about that. You know what I'm saying?
Big sip. Thank you, Winter Werewolf, for becoming a member of the 60 Skulls. Thank you, brother.
Here's the deal. This week coming up, we're probably doing something together. I don't know if it's actually going to be this game chain together. I don't know if it's going to be an appearance on the Kino Casino show. I don't know what it's going to be. But likely coming in this next 6 days, one night, either like Tuesday or Wednesday night, probably around then, I'm going to be doing something with those guys again. If it's gameplay of this chain together, cool. I'm down for that. we just got to figure out the logistics. Like game, I could buy the game, and we can figure out, I guess, each other's Steam names and join that way and do co-op. But I don't know if the game has in-game voice chat. I already have a mic. Remember, I bought that mic for PlayStation 5. That works for PC. So I could use that mic to voice communicate through my gaming PC, whether it's we need to use Discord.
That shitty little mic is the one that he intends on using during actual gameplay. Very
sure
cool.
We can figure this out. But yeah, like, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I want to do stuff like that, right? So I'm curious.
Because you haven't done that stuff for a decade now or whatever. You haven't done a real collab with other online content creators like that in a while, aside from Brian, obviously a friend from way back or whatever, right? But I do like that when he talks about, oh, maybe we'll figure out, you know, our Steam names and we'll trade them and maybe we'll get together and I don't know if there's voice communications in the game or whatever. Like, brother, just use Discord, first of all. But he acts as though it's all of this is some sort of mystical unknown and that getting to play video games together on Steam is some magic ritual that you have to perform and figure out and read the Necronomicon to understand. It just goes to show how not actually a gamer he is, how much of a poser he is when it comes to online video gaming, which is crazy given how long he's been playing video games.
This would go.
Thank you, Bill Brasky, for the 3 months, brother. Thank you so much.
I'm going to be transparent here. Right now in chat, I got people saying, Muda is a snake in the grass. Don't trust him. Look what he did to Boogie on Lolcow. Yeah, but I get what you're saying. But look what he did to Boogie on Lolcow Live. You mean Boogie, who signed up for a disgusting, toxic show of self-degradation to make money? Which
hey, good morning, Kanye.
He should have been smarter than that. I told him not to do it. He didn't listen. Right? Like,
who would listen to DSP? Somebody who is notoriously broke all of the time, apparently. Like, if you're going to be taking business advice, if you're going to be, you know, taking life advice from anybody, just make sure it's not DSP and you're probably better off. You're just going to be honest with you.
If anything, I think, you know, Muda hates Boogie because of things like faking cancer. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff that bothers him.
He hates Boogie for talking shit about things that apparently were never said or disclosed. So that's the reality. The cancer thing was secondary.
So you never know, because I got people in chat who are saying negative things about Mutahar right now. And it's like, are these people well-intentioned or not? Or are these people who are trolls who are upset that someone else now it seems to be okay with doing stuff with me, right?
The world may never know.
I don't know, because I really don't know much about Muda. So I can't answer that. You know what I'm saying? I've literally not had a real conversation with him, just a few back and forth DMs and stuff. You know, I don't know anything about the guy. So
we don't know anything about the guy, but he hated our guts, and we're thinking about doing content with him. It's just so haphazard. There's no caution taken from one of the most paranoid content creators I've ever seen. The guy won't talk to anybody or hasn't done anything with anybody in ages, and all of a sudden he's let A-Logs in and Mutahar, someone who is very adamant about holding Lolcow feet to the fire. But we don't know, you guys. Maybe it's just people trolling. How could we ever figure it out? Mickey Thor with the 5. He's 3 days away from promoting Raid Shadow Legends. Oh, he would never, because then he would have to explain how he's getting money from sponsorships and where all of it is going and why he still needs your $50 every single day and that check makes no difference to the amount of money that he expects to pay his bills. You know, the internet bill and all that. Thank you for the 5. Broside with the 6 months. Big ups, brother. Big ups. Not sure how hanging soundproofing was content, but I haven't been at this for 16 years. You'll never understand, dude. You're not a veteran style like the guy. Obviously, your audience wants to see you hanging foam. Maybe that should be your next stream. Maybe that's the move. That's the grift. Just hang soundproof foam, and you'll get however much money he received off of that. I'm genuinely unsure. It was a couple $100 though, wasn't it? Maybe that's the move. Yes, foam maxing. That's what we'll call it.
So anyway,
it's the new new YouTube meta.
We have to talk about it and hash it out. But you know, I'm open to doing something one of these nights, whether it be, you know, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. I'll let you guys know when we have more information. I'm sure on their end they'll talk about this as well. But I do want to sincerely say to Mutahar, thank you. That was incredibly gracious of you to say nice things like that out of the blue. It wasn't expected. And it's my fault. I'm the one who blocked him. Yet here I am talking shit for a year saying that he ghosted me. When very well, maybe that wasn't the case. Maybe he would have reached out to me at some point, but I blocked him, so he had no opportunity to do that. So his impression is I just don't want to talk to him, right? And instead, I'm talking shit for a year like a moron, and then I look, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm the
We're
asshole
just
here, not him,
circling
right?
back on this and just retelling the same story.
So,
Classic DSP move.
Yeah, so let's see what happens. All right. So now here's the deal. Here's the schedule for the week.
Here's
Let's go
the
with
deal.
this-
Here's the
this new
schedule.
segment. Okay. So schedule for the week is as follows. Today we're gonna play System Shock Remake for a full gameplay session. I'm excited to get into
good
the
morning,
meat of it. We
Kanye.
only played it for about an hour and a half, 2 hours earlier in the week because of other things I was doing, like the
Haven't
Black
seen
Wukong
any
Benchmark.
of that. I'm
So
gonna
get
tell
into
you.
it today. I hope you guys will.
I have seen 0 System Shock gameplay from DSP. I heard auditorially that he was having issues when he first launched it with some menus or something. But other than that, completely in the dark on that, and I prefer to stay that way. Thank you so much. Speaking of thanking people, Redbird with the 2. Someone tell Phil the Trojan Horse story, or don't. I don't think you're even allowed to tell him about the Trojan Horse because you can't type horse in the chat. So we're gonna go with or not on that one. Appreciate the 2 nonetheless, Redbird. Thank you so much.
Stick around after this podcast ends for that. Tonight, it is Friday Night Fights, Street Fighter 6. I'll be playing with E Honda.
Gen Style News Network, I do have
After
foam,
Rank
actually.
Control.
Ack, ack,
We might
ack.
very well do it
You'll never
tonight.
see it, but I do.
Tomorrow we're going to do more System Shock Remake on the day stream, and tomorrow night is going to be Stardew Valley Chill. Sunday is my React day, so we're going to do my DSP versus the Internet clip show on DSP React. And then on the night stream, it's going to be more retro React streaming to my old runs of PS Home over on my DSP Throwback channel. We're actually going to do the second one this time, which is 2009 run. Monday, we will have a daytime stream, and I'm uncertain what it will be because it could be more System Shock, or I could do a major stream of Street Fighter 6. I'm undecided on what I want to do on Monday. I'll think about it, but maybe you guys give me your feedback on it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Monday
I'm
night,
over the
there
schedule
is
segment.
no stream. Why? Because I have to film private patron videos for the month. I know we're halfway into the month and I'm doing it now, so I have to get it done. So Monday night, there's no stream whatsoever. I'll be doing private patron stuff. But just listen to this. On Tuesday, August 20th, could be one of the most momentous days I've ever streamed. The first stream will be the premiere
Down
of
on the
Black Myth
keyboard.
Wukong.
Stop.
Brand new, hot game.
God
Everyone
damn it.
wants to see it. Everyone wants to play it. I'll be playing it on my brand new gaming PC with super high settings.
Why
It's
we
gonna be
turn it
amazing,
off.
Correct? It's going to be absolutely crazy amazing. Then, potentially, that night, I may be streaming with the guys from Kino Casino and maybe Mutahar. I don't know. We have to figure out the details. But imagine if that's the day. The day is the premiere of a big hot new game, first game ever that's a hot new game I'm playing on my PC, and then I'm doing like a special stream to do stuff with them on the late stream. I mean, it's coming out of nowhere. Seriously, this is all coming out of nowhere, right?
Out of
So then
nowhere,
again,
you
on Wednesday,
guys.
It'll be more Black Myth Wukong, and Wednesday night stream is up in the air. It could be anything. It could be more System Shock. It could be Street Fighter. It could be Stardew. It could be a million things on Wednesday night. I'm not sure. However, I do have one more thing that I need to discuss before we get to shout outs and other things. By the way, I don't know if we're going to get the game news today because it's already 12:15. Maybe we'll save the game news for tomorrow because I do have a good amount of game news going on. FYI, some of the stuff that's been going on in game news. We've got Dragon Age Veilguard has a release date. They're making a He-Man movie, if you can believe it. We got
I don't
stories about
care.
GTA VR, Deadpool
Don't
and
care.
Wolverine, the early reviews of Black Myth Wukong, and updates on the Black Ops 6 beta. But
Anything
we're
else
already kinda
here?
running late here. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe we'll do we'll do something different tomorrow and do all news, like a big news segment. Okay, but anyway, the one other thing that I need to tell you guys about. Okay, as you all
Good
know,
morning, Kanye.
Doom the King is doing a documentary on me. Okay, and that
Oh,
documentary
okay. Here we
is
go.
going
Here we
to
go.
be released if all things go according to his plans
Hey, good morning,
by the
Kanye.
end of this month. Okay, well, there actually is a possibility that the documentary could go live next week.
Whoa, guys.
What
in
There's
the
a
goddamn-
possibility a
Whoa,
video could
Skiznalit,
come
holy
out.
crap, dude, Skiznalit, not only did Skiznalit become an Ultra member, Skiznalit just gifted 50 memberships to the community. Thank you, Skiznalit. 50 gifted memberships. And they're legit memberships. These aren't fake from
How do you know?
Argentina. These
How
are
do you
real
know?
memberships. So
How do you
congrats,
know?
because a lot of people are about to get a gifted membership. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Skiznalit. I'm going to do shout outs in a second and get to everyone else who did super chats and stuff.
Still hating on the Argentinians, obviously. Can't ever let the Argentinians get a W. I'm just curious as to how he knows it's not an Argentinian style. I don't think it directly states anywhere, but we got the prayer hands anyway, and that's really all you could ask for. VLX with the 2. Pig to corn pipeline is unstoppable. I don't know what that could even mean, and I'm scared to ask. But I appreciate the 2 nonetheless. Maybe you guys out there could put it together. Demi Fiend with the 2. So the Kino Casino were super dense. anybody buddy trolling DSP and making him more money and making content with him is dense as far as I'm concerned. That's just the way the rules work, right? If you fluff DSP up, if you give him a W, dented. I don't make the rules, man. I just don't. Thank you for the 2. I appreciate it. And then Optimus Grime with the 5. Atlas, you hear what he said about Duty the other day when someone mentioned him to co-stream together. I did. That was the first time this week that he mentioned Duty, and then he continued to do so throughout the week. It was very robust and meaningful, and Duty is obviously his favorite detractor channel. It's the only one he watches, from what I've been told. So big ups. Thank you for the 5.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Anyway, so what I was saying was, the June the King documentary is coming out. Yes, I'm reacting to it. In fact, here's what I'm doing. When the June the King doc drops, I'm going to split my days. The first half of the day will be my podcast and gameplay, probably Black Myth Wukong, maybe balanced every once in a while with Street Fighter or System Shock, but a lot of Black Myth Wukong. And then the late stream is going to be me reacting to my own documentary. Now you might think, well, what do you mean the late streams are going to be that? Well, how many late streams? Isn't it just a documentary about you? It's a 4+ hour long documentary. And being that June is the only person who's delved this deep into my history and past, this is not just about YouTube. This is going to cover pre-YouTube days of Street Fighter and other things before I became a YouTuber. Then it's going to cover early YouTube, of which there's really not a lot of information. So I'm going to have a ton of stuff to say and add, I'm sure, to this situation. Okay? So it's going to be a very long react. I'm going to guess with a 4-hour react, at a minimum, I'm going to guess
how long
this is going to be 8 to 10 hours of reacting out of me.
Jesus
now, as you know, my late night
Christ.
streams are around 2 hours long. So that means potentially this could be 5+ days of me reacting to the documentary to get through it. Okay? So,
and how many, like, this is a legitimate question for everybody in the chat. How many of those streams do you think that he does before we start to hear about how the audience is tapering off and people aren't as interested, that they're derailing the chat, that it's not working out anymore, and that, you know, a couple weeks later, he's going to be like, you guys didn't really show up for the latter half of the documentary. As he puts it, on the late streams, stream time notoriously notorious for having lower viewership because he's in one of the least convenient time zones on the entire planet at night, which makes it only less convenient for the entire world. And he breaks up a 4-hour documentary into potentially 5 or even 6 different episodes where he extrapolates in circles for hours on end, accomplishing nothing and saying nothing. It's like he doesn't want anybody to watch this at all. I'm sure people will. There's people like us out there who will watch the restreams and suffer through whatever nonsense DSP is spewing for the pure entertainment of it. But I don't imagine that the average viewer, the non-detractor styles or the non-diehard DSP fans, are actually going to tune in 5 days in a row to help or to watch alongside the guy and listen to his nonsense. Anybody who gives a shit is going to watch it when it comes out. They might watch the first one. Maybe they'll even watch the second, stream that DSP does of it. But if you care, you're not going to want to wait 5 days to finish what is essentially a very long movie. You're just going to want to see the entire thing in a couple, maybe even one sitting, and that should be the end of it. It's like he doesn't care at all. It's like he wants it to fail or something.
It's insane the amount that I'm going to have to do this, right? My schedule is going to be changed completely. So I even said to the Kino Casino guys, this is a possibility that this could happen. If this thing drops like Monday, my whole schedule is going to change. And they said, we totally get that. If that happens, we will have to postpone and do something different. We get it totally. Makes sense. Okay? So there you go. Why am I not watching with the casino? Because it's going to be too long to do a co-op react. I would be taking up all of their time. I'm doing this on my channel for sure. It has to be on DSP Reacts, okay?
It has to be. I have to make the money off of this, you guys. It might be the last time I make money.
Straight with me, and now think about that. Hey guys, could you not work for a week and do none of your own content to come over to my channel and make me money to do a co-op react? Doesn't sound very fair, does it? It sounds pretty greedy, and I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'm curious, and I'm actually asked them this, and I haven't heard back. Like, what are they gonna just watch my documentary and react to it cold? Or are they gonna watch my react to my documentary so they're getting the supplemental information to understand some stuff?
Why would they do that?
I don't know how they're gonna react to it. That's up to them. They can do whatever they want.
Brother. Has he never seen, like, he's been on the casino before? Is he unaware of exactly how their content works? I don't imagine that they would bother to wait to watch DSP's react to his own documentary until he's done with it. And I definitely don't think that they're going to watch it in spurts like that in order to get all of DSP's supplemental information that's all lies and nonsense. They don't give a shit. If they're gonna do anything with the documentary, they're gonna watch it the way that it is without DSP at all. I don't know where his ego is right now that he thinks that they are gonna bother giving a shit about what he has to say. He's a clown, and the documentary is obviously going to be best enjoyed as the documentary is without any sort of commentary. And that goes for my own as well. I genuinely think that if you're going to watch the documentary, you should probably watch it by yourself and form your own nonsense. I mean, you go hang out with your boyfriends or wherever you're going to watch it. Don't let me stop you. But as a viewer myself, it's going to be raw, obviously. The way I enjoy my clips.
Let's see. Let's see what happens. When this comes out, that's like the end of my month. Like once the documentary comes out. But here's the thing. The Rich documentary just came out on Sunday of last week. It has like 670-some thousand views, and it's still getting some. It definitely has lost momentum at this point because I think everyone who's initially interested has gone and seen it now. But that doesn't mean it's not going to get more. Like, for example, with that Gerard, is it? The Completionist documentary. Initially, that didn't get as many views or attention, but then eventually it did grow to 1 million. And I think it's 1 million views on there now. And it was a slow burn over a month. And the Review Tech documentary hasn't even been out for a week yet. So I feel like with that insanely good initial start that it got.
Yeah, why are we watching June the King's documentaries? What the fuck is that?
In the next month. So if he immediately puts out a documentary about me, that might overshadow the Rich doc and then no one will keep watching it. So I'm wondering if that's actually a factor, right?
Imagine thinking you're so important that nobody else is going to watch these other documentaries because yours came out and all of the other documentaries before that are no longer important. Again, the absolute ego on this guy since this arc has started has been astronomical. It's completely unsubstantiated, and there's no reason for it. But yet it's here at peak capacity. He's more confident now than I've ever seen him. He thinks that everybody gives a shit about who he is, when the reality is he's still a nobody lolcow. He's, like I said, an introductory at best, and no one really gives a shit unless you know.
We'll have to see. So, anyway, yeah, let's see what happens. If everything goes according to plan, today it's System Shock and Street Fighter. Tomorrow it's System Shock and Stardew. React Day on Sunday on my various channels. Monday will either be Street Fighter or System Shock, but no night stream so I can do private React videos. Tuesday will be Black Myth Wukong premiering and possibly me doing something with the Kino Casino guys. And then Wednesday, probably more Black Myth Wukong and a night stream of anything random there, unless my documentary drops. If my documentary drops, then the schedule will change, and I'll have to let you know on the fly how we're changing that. Dude, and here's the thing. Listen, the co-op stream that I did with Kino Casino. Okay?
Go ahead.
The highest huge stream I've ever done. We had over 3,000 live viewers during that stream. But that was a co-op stream. There was a good reason why it had that much attention. Me reacting to my own June the King documentary, right? Every night until it's done.
It's probably not going to get that.
It would probably be my highest viewed streams ever that I've earned myself. Rather than it being, oh, you know, Phil got those views because the Kino Casino guys were in his content. In this case, it'll be, I earned it myself, right?
You know, I do have to give him the big ups here for the self-realization to understand that the views for the collab streams were in fact not on his behalf, but instead because the casino was there. Like, as delusional as DSP is, I at least have to appreciate that he understands that. Because it very much was my expectation that he would not acknowledge that and continue to think that he's getting those views and all of those people are showing up because they care about him. That seems like the kind of delusional excuses and behavior that he would come up with. But actually, no. Genuinely impressed that he understands this. Very cool. Redbird with the 2. Were you impressed with June's RTU documentary? Not particularly, no. It was all information that I was already aware of, delivered in a very monotone way that does not particularly entertain me. It probably would have been informative had I not already known, but I'm too deep. So it wasn't for me, and that's fine. I'm not going to hold that against June the King. That's what he does. He's there for normie styles. That's fine. Whatever.
Hey, good morning, Kanye.
And it'll probably be the same thing for the DSP documentary. Despite being 4 hours, I'll probably know 90% of the information in it, and it won't be for me, and it'll be delivered in a way that I don't care for. But I'm going to watch it anyway, just in case there's some gold dust in there. It's part of the content, man. You got to pay in for the gold.
So obviously this is going to be insane, right? This is going to be wild and insane and very interesting end of the month. And this is August. Usually the summer is dead. This has been the opposite. This has been the craziest summer with all this shit going on. I got a new PC. We got a new camera. We got co-op stuff with Kino Casino. We got reacts. We got stuff out the ass, right? By the way, I have one other thing to talk about. Are you ready for this? It's another positive thing.
Are you guys
Just
ready?
hold on,
It's
let me
super
actually- I'm gonna give you an
positive.
update right now. My new soundproofing is arriving today between 1:30 to 5:30 p.m. I don't know exactly when, but it's coming this afternoon. So depending on when it arrives, we could actually take a look at it, unbox it, and see how easy or hard it is to set up, and maybe even do that. But I'm curious when it's going to arrive, because every time that I get this, it's like, oh, it's going to come between this. It comes late, right? Every time it comes late, and that pisses me off because I'm always like, remember with the PC, oh, it's going to come in the afternoon, and it didn't, right? So my new backdrop soundproofing is coming today, and we could probably do that too together. So
Awesome, dude. I just hope that it's not super difficult to put up some foam on the back wall. That would really be a shame, wouldn't it, you guys, if the foam was hard to set up? Jeez.
Effing much going.
Thank you, Terrible Terrence, for becoming a member of the 60 Skulls. Big ups, brother. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank
It's
you.
absolutely nuts. Okay.
All right, is that it? Are we done here?
Okay. So, ladies and gents, that's what I had to talk about. We don't have
We
time
go
for
on
news
break.
today.
We play some
So let's do
games.
some shout outs, shall we?
Put the
So-
hat on.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on.
Oh, here's the foam
Let's see, I
panels.
already shouted
That's
out
what we're
Big
here
Dog and
for.
Michael.
I don't care about
mind
these
me.
shout outs. Holy shit. Yes, we're going to be watching the foam. Come on, you guys. This is what you're here for. You wanted to see the, the construction style stream. There he is. Yo, did he admit that he bought this shit himself? No way. I guess I'll have to hear it. You're right, though. He was talking about the tracking. Again, something that you don't particularly have information on when somebody gifts something to you. So unless this person gifted him money to buy these panels, that would be the only way that this makes any sort of sense. I have no idea how it's taking him so long to bring in this second box, though. The other 2 boxes. And a vest?
This just arrived.
I thought the vest was in the closet that's literally in this room. Why was it elsewhere?
If you don't mind me not having the vest and hat on because I have to kind of move around and do stuff.
I hope you guys don't mind me scamming you out of the vest and hat because I have to move. No, bozo, put the fucking hat and vest on. That's what they paid for. If you don't, it's actually a scam.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my new soundproofing foam unpacking, testing, and possible setup segment. This is pretty insane. This just showed up at my house. This giant stack of soundproofing foam. If you don't mind, let me go get like a knife.
Do I live near a train? No, I don't.
And we'll look at
Don't
it
live
together.
near a
It's pretty
train.
insane.
I don't think that's docs information, so I'm comfortable saying that. Haven't lived by a train for many, many years now. Don't know what that question's about, but, okay.
So, these
Yeah,
are
docs the
soundproofing
tray.
panels from Elgato, a company that makes all kinds of streaming peripherals and accessories, okay?
No, we shelled out
There's
for
two
the
kinds, blue
Elgato
and
ones?
black.
Holy
The blue,
shit.
It's a 4-pack, and the black is a 2-pack, and I got 2. So this should be enough.
How much are these
hexagons
panels? Let's
to
go.
cover my
Let's
entire
take a
back
little
wall area
look
here
see.
where you see soundproofing foam. I'm going to replace the entire 2 bottom rows that you see on camera with these. But I want to unbox them, see what they look like, what they come with, and see how you mount them. 'cause
I
might
love
have
the
to actually
system
put
shock
them
noises going on in the background the whole time too.
But I want to take a look. Okay, so
Holy shit. No way. No way. These aren't it. There's no way these are it. Nobody spent this kind of money for fucking acoustic panels. You've got to be you've got to be absolutely. He did. These are the ones.
for the record, these came in an insanely huge cardboard box that was completely destroyed.
Guys. This Amazon listing has 6 of these panels for $100. No way we spent
Good morning, Craig.
$100 for 6 panels. And we've got more than 6 panels. There's no way. Oh my god. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not my money.
I'm not kidding. The box.
It's incredibly
like,
funny and
bunch of
wasteful,
heavy shit
though.
on it, not
Holy
even
shit.
Realizing the box had foam in it, so it's all completely crushed on the
I'm
top,
so glad we
crushed around
filed
the
for
sides.
bankruptcy a few years ago,
It
you
was
guys.
delivered
That was
by UPS,
super
FYI.
important.
They did a horrible job. If this was fragile shit, it would all be destroyed. But luckily, it looks like they packaged it nicely in these hexagon boxes, so everything's intact. Like, none of these boxes are damaged, but the entire packing box is in my front hallway, smashed to shit. It looks like a giant fat dude just like body splashed on top of it and crushed it. You know?
Genuinely
way,
impressed he knew that those were hexagons, by the way. I didn't expect that from him. Shapes seem a little above his IQ level, if you ask me. Thank you, Demi Fiend, for the 2. Are you interested in covering Cyrax? No. I hate Cyrax, and I hate the content that he makes, and I don't particularly care for the activities that take place in the Cyrax verse. So hell no. Not gonna happen. DSP Flag It with the 100. I'm here for thorough analysis of his dumpy butt that looks like he's wearing a sister-in-law style outfit. When you see it, you'll know it. I already know what you're talking about. He always looks like he's wearing a diaper for some reason. It's just the way that he's looked for a long time now. I have no idea how that is the case, but it is. And I noticed that on the closet cleanout streams as well. And those happened years ago. He might be an avid diaper wearer. I genuinely don't know, and I guess I never will, and I don't want to in reality. Thank you for the 100 ARS. Big ups.
I received an $8 tip. I want to shout this out before we get started. From Darren, congrats on all these positive things that are happening to you. I've been watching since 2021 due to curiosity from seeing Review Tech USA streams. I became a fan of yours and slowly watch Review Tech less and less. Now I just watch you. How the tides change, huh? Yeah. And again, I feel like it's karma because I never did anything negative to
you
that
went
guy.
from
He's
being
constantly
super stupid to
crap
also
me.
super stupid.
So,
Great.
You know,
Awesome.
And now look what's happened, right? The only reason anyone watches him is basically you make fun of him. While you guys are over here having a good time with me this afternoon, we're having, we're enjoying a game. We're enjoying this weird unpacking, which is going to be very unique. I've never unpacked foam and shit like this before. This is supposed to be no exaggeration, top of the line stuff.
I've never unpacked foam like
You know,
this.
you buy an Apple device, it's way more expensive, but it also is fancy and looks nice. Like, that's basically what this soundproofing foam is supposed to be. And not only is it really good for soundproofing, but it looks fashionable for your streaming setup. So I guess we're going to see.
Obviously, unpacking foam is different from unpacking anything else.
But these are Gunner glasses, and I wear them when I'm gaming. So, okay, so let's unbox. This is supposed to be the 2-pack of, I believe, dual density construction. Absorbs a wider frequency range. And these are black, I believe. Black color. It comes with a kit and an installation kit and instructions. So let's see, actually, how it says to install it. Because it has sticky tabs, but also it says anchors and wall screws. And I'm wondering, can you just do one? Do you have to do both? We'll have to find out. I could do whatever. I got a power drill and a hammer or whatever we need. We could do that. So let's see what it says here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Paul, we are playing System Shock. It's on in the background. We played it for an hour, but then my phone just arrived. So we're going to open this up and see what's in it.
We're going to stop the gameplay. This is something that I always love about DSP content as well. The people show up for the gameplay, right?
Octagon box.
They want to see the new games. They love the gameplay, and they always have. Yet every opportunity that we get to stop gameplay to talk about something that's completely nonsense bullshit, or anytime that we can, justifiably take a bathroom break to go pull Hogan's, that's exactly what we do. We just don't want to play games anymore, which is fine if that's the truth. Did he say Octagon box? I'm not rewinding. Not rewinding.
So,
holy shit, that haircut's bad.
Let's take a look.
That side view's crazy.
Mounting. So this must be the accessories to mount it.
Shout out the mounting accessories, obviously.
And stuff. Probably sticky things too, I don't know. Frames. These are plastic frames that I guess you can build them into. Take a look at this. Oh, good lord. How complicated will this be? So you're going to, build a frame?
This is what you get for $100, DSP, a plastic frame.
Man. You build a frame to hang these on. Yeah, look, I guess, one piece goes over another piece in some way and they lock together, or... I have no idea. They look the same. I have absolutely no idea. I definitely need instructions on this thing. This is gonna be complicated.
Lord.
How many pieces are here?
Did he not look into any of this before he bought this thing?
Of these. Because probably each side of the octagon needs one. And
because it's very obvious from the listing on Amazon that this is a little more in depth and out of DSP's depth.
It's pretty nuts. wonder if this is a popular product. Do you think a lot of people buy this? I wonder. Look
Why
how
are
fancy.
you-
Like that fancy pouch and everything for that. Clips. I guess these clip together the frames, perhaps.
Oh man.
I don't know. We definitely got to read the instructions because I don't know what I'm looking at here.
And this is something that he does every time he receives a package. He goes in depth about how it's packaged and all of the foam and the little baggies that it's all, you know, shoved into to be delivered, you know, intact and properly. And he acts as though not only is this content, but this is absolutely super vital to the actual product itself. If it hadn't been packaged in this way with the nice thick cardboard or whatever he's, you know, glazing about today, if it wasn't for those things, the proper shout out proper, I guess, the product is the word I was looking for, would be of a lesser value because the packaging just wasn't as nice, you guys. It's so obnoxious. The important part is the actual product, idiot. Why do we give a shit about these stupid little
Here's the instructions.
bags?
We'll look at this in a second. Wave panels. It's explaining how to snap the stuff together. Yeah, so each piece of foam has its own complete unique plastic frame. See that?
Whoa. Because all of your foam obviously needs a plastic frame.
Huh. It says, assemble easy click frames, mount it on a smooth wall using sticky things. They're showing you can wipe it down and use the sticky things. Hold for 5 seconds, and later on you can remove from your wall. Or you can mount it onto a textured wall using
Texture walls are
the
terrible.
screws included.
You know, I was talking
Yeah,
about
they're showing the screws
using the
that are
right
included.
side
You
shift
put
key
the
earlier. If you
frame
have textured
and
walls,
screw, push
huge
the
L.
drill,
Huge
put the
L.
anchor in, then you put the screw in. I just did this downstairs. I installed blackout curtains in my
I don't know why anybody would ever
dining room.
texture a wall, but you're a bozo.
Connect easy click frames. So you put the frames on first. Once the frames are up, then you put the foam on it. Yeah. I don't understand what they connect the easy click frames.
Guys,
So
once the PC is plugged in, then you can turn it on.
Hold them in place. I
Wow.
think I understand. Okay. Yes, so we're taking a break from System Shock to do this, and then we're going to probably go back to it, depending on how long this takes. We'll see.
This sucks.
Oh, the game audio is distracting? Oh, okay. Sorry, I saved. I can close this. I thought it would be good ambient noise, but okay. There you go.
No, I'm so
right,
glad we
so
turned that off. That was
Let's see what the foam actually looks like, shall
really
we? I haven't
obnoxious,
seen this
actually.
yet.
I don't know if I'd take the
Wow.
dead air though. Now
Holy
that
crap,
we're
this is cool.
sitting here and he's
Ready?
not saying anything.
This is what my new soundproofing foam is going to look like.
Wow. It's black. That was my best DSP impression.
It's ultra dense. Look at this. It's dense. It's custom designed. And it has the holes and everything, so it basically goes right into the frames.
Brother, it's
See the
fucking
holes there? It
foam.
fits right into the frames, and the frames
It's
will hold
ultra
it on your
dense?
wall.
It's got
And that way
holes
you
in
can
it.
Rearrange them however you want, because I have 2 different colors, blue and black, so I can design the wall however I want it to look with these frames. Okay, so I have 12 panels. This panel alone is much bigger than my panels that I have behind me. Look, it's about almost 2. So I'm not going to.
I don't actually think that's the case. I don't think that he's close enough to verify that.
And just replace it with these 12 panels and design them however I want them to look with the frames that I'm going to put
Okay,
up on
so
the wall.
he's got 12 panels at $100 a piece. Or $100 a piece. $100 for 6. So he spent $200 on this soundproofing foam that I can almost guarantee was no different than the soundproofing foam that he currently has, except that it's got a different design on it. Like it's still black. I thought the entire point of getting this other foam was that it wasn't going to be black and blend in, but apparently that's not the case.
Because basically the way you do it is, here's another one, right? What does it smell like?
Oh, Redbird
not
with
too
the
bad.
2.
And actually, I remember when this original soundproofing foam showed up, it actually did have a scent to it. This really doesn't have much of a scent. Yeah, it doesn't really.
He's smelling the foam. Redbird with the 2, clarifying that he thought the game background music was a train, no docs attempt. I understand now. I get it. Thank you. Back to smelling the foam, of course, in case it has a scent.
Smell like anything. So as you can see, what you do, you can actually set them up in a way that they align and make designs and stuff. See, you can have it go in different ways. So look at that. So in this way, it looks like it fits. It looks like the pieces fit together. See that? How they
Wow.
line up? So you
Crazy.
design it to look different, however you want your office to look. And that's why I think it's expensive, because it comes with these special mounting frames, and it has a cool design to it.
Hey, good morning,
right?
Kanye.
How does it taste? Hold on. It's asbestos. No, it tastes like, what did you taste it for? Yeah, this is cool, because not only is it the foam on
He
top,
really
but
did
it's
fucking
dense
lick
foam
that,
in the
though.
back. So this
Like,
is way
there's
different.
not
My
a
foam
doubt
I have
in
right
my
now,
mind.
only
His
this top
tongue
layer
did
doesn't
genuinely
have
make
this dense foam on the
contact,
bottom.
which is
Here's
just
the
regard
way
behavior.
better. Yeah. Exactly. What do? You build all the frames first and put them on the wall. Then, once your grid is built, then you just put the foam up however you want. So technically, the foam is the last thing you do. You got to build the frames first. So let's test that. Let's take a look at those frames. I also want to open the blue ones, see what the blue ones look like.
Oh, we do have other colored ones. We have blue
I'm
one.
wondering, like, what shade
Blue.
of blue the blue
I
ones
hope it's
actually are.
icy blue. He loves
Here we
icy
go.
blue.
So,
If it's a royale blue, he's gonna be
here's
pissed.
the frame pieces, and they're all
Mouth
identical. They
drooling
all
foam
snap to
liquor
each other.
confirmed.
I think it's like,
He thought licking the windows was
Yeah.
bad. Imagine licking the
yep, I see
foam.
it.
At least the window's smooth. Imagine the hair and pet dander that's already on those foam panels from existing in that room, and he's licking on them. Ag ag ag.
Where's the instructions? So,
All right. Okay. We're gonna speed this
framing,
up.
you
This
just push it
is
together.
something else.
How would that work?
Because I can see that we kind of do this for the
You know, we
rest
could
of the
just break.
stream. There's about 2 hours. That's a 7 hours. No way.
As to how you could just push.
This is a 7-hour stream.
Yeah, I don't
We
know.
really have 3 more hours of
Now, my
foam
wife
putting
was
up.
home, probably saw that giant box out in the hallway, and she's like, "What in the hell is that?" I gotta tell her what it is, because she's gonna be like so confused. In fact, guys, if you don't mind, give me a sec. I'll be right back. I'll get Jasper out of here too. Okay,
All right.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right. Cool. Yeah. We're just gonna skip. We're gonna skip.
First of all, it got
Here we
hot.
go.
In here. Holy shit, it's hot in here. I gotta turn the air conditioner higher, and then we're gonna mess around with these frames and try to figure them out. The air conditioner hot in here. Fuck.
I'm not watching this in
Okay.
real time. This is stupid.
All right, let's continue. Sorry about the delay. I really am sorry about the delay. Here we go.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
I'm back.
and
So we gotta
that's
try to figure
exactly
out-
what I expected. Sunburst is I tuned in very briefly to the night stream and seen that he was setting up the foam panels, and I was like, oh, okay, he's setting up the foam panels on the night stream. That's fine, whatever. I didn't even know that they came in during the day stream, and that's when this process started. I thought that he started it in between the streams, because when he starts the night stream, he's like, this is what I'm currently doing, you guys. This is where I'm at. I have to do it right now because I don't have any time. Like, spoilers, if you haven't seen the night stream, we're probably not even going to get to it now. But I thought that that's where the foam putting up started. I didn't know that it came in on the day stream and we unboxed it and we had a whole rigmarole about this plastic framework or anything. I didn't know this existed. This is dumb.
It's how to build these octagon frames, because once you build them all, then you can position them on your wall the way you want. But the weirdest
Okay.
thing, so it shows a picture. It shows this. See that? And it shows
Yeah.
this. And all it says to do is push them together. How? Because there's a tab in here. And if I do this, it's going to break. Do they actually want me to break the tab off? Because I don't think the tab, maybe it would. Maybe if I push it hard enough, it'll go in. But I don't want to break the frame, but that's what it's saying to do. It's saying to push it in like that. And it shows, here, I'll show you what the picture looks like, right?
Oh, man.
See? It's literally just saying push them together, and then it'll snap in place.
Okay, then
but
push them
I'm already
together,
gonna break the tab,
stupid.
right?
If you're really that concerned
Oh, no,
about it,
you
go
know what?
watch a
We'll have
YouTube
extra foam
video.
in here. I'm getting rid of the foam on the wall behind me. This is where it's going
All right, let's actually get to the putting up or taking down of foam. I don't want to sit here and watch him play with plastic frames all day.
Oh, see, it's the camera. Well, actually, this works, but the camera's all screwed up now. The wire was too short to pull the camera back, but it actually gave you the angle to see. I'm gonna have to fix this later. All right.
Nice go laughing there.
Very
Even
fun.
at time and a half. Awesome. This is good content. Completely silent from the other side of the room. Okay?
Yeah. Do I need a ladder? No, but I'm gonna need probably step stool to put drills into the wall later. I don't see how I'm gonna do it without a step stool. Well, hey, we'll see. I don't know. That one came off in one piece.
We used command strips for this, by the way.
Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with command strips, but it's drywall and foam. We definitely could have used something other than command strips. I don't know. Wow, this sucks. And that's why I wouldn't have used command strips, because, you know, one day you might want to actually make something look half decent in the room, and now you have to peel the command strips off the wall, potentially peeling off all of the paint with it. Very cool. Very robust. No, Snood, command strips is more than enough to mount the foam. I'm just saying that later down the road, it's definitely got to be more hassle than it's worth. I use thumbtacks, and I just pull them out whenever I want to add or remove foam.
I tried to view it after the stream. No, you didn't know how to play button yet. It's been there forever. You just can never see it. But it's been there like forever. Always in my setup. You can never see it from where the camera is.
They fit right into the grooves. You can't even see.
I look like the final boss from the new Alien movie. The final boss from the new Alien movie was someone wearing a tropical shirt, taking down soundproofing foam. Well, that's kind of a weird coincidence. Wow. No,
he does kind of look like an elderly lady from behind. It's the shirt, dude. It's the shirt. And that haircut, that's definitely like an old lady, like, can't maintain long hair anymore because it's too brittle and thin, but like still wants to have something kind of haircut. I guess that's actually the same boat the DSP finds himself in, is the shitty hair central. That's what I'm going to call it.
There's a nail in the wall from the previous owner. It's still up there. I never even knew it was there. All right, so I got nowhere in the office to put this foam. I'm gonna bring it to the office across the hallway and deal with it later. Whether or not I rehang this foam somewhere, or I just store it somewhere, is a question mark for now. I'm not gonna throw it out because it all still works. It's all great. It was, you know, lasted 10 years. But
so we're just gonna hoard the old foam.
We'll hang a little bit of this, new stuff.
We don't know what we're gonna do with it. We don't know if we're gonna hang it back up or anything, or we're gonna use it elsewhere. But we're gonna keep on. We're gonna keep holding on to it. We're gonna even go put it in the other office and deal with it later. I promise you, it's gonna continue to sit there. Nothing is gonna be done with that foam. It's just gonna be more clutter in this god awful house.
This is what they look like.
Yeah, the foam still works.
Oh, disaster! Disaster! I knocked everything on the floor. What a disaster! No, my amiibo. No. Vault tech guy, no. Bobblehead. Link, no. All right. Not being silly. All right, let's continue. Take these down.
And now that he's knocked everything over already, you would think that he would just move these stupid little tables that these are set up on, right? You'd think that he would just move them out of the way so that he could properly work in this area without the potential of knocking over anything and potentially damaging something. And no, we're gonna put it all right back up where it was and continue to work in this very tight space. Literally around lights.
I
That's
have all these push pins in my wall.
obviously the biggest brain move.
I just left them in there, but now obviously I'm gonna take them all out. The villain said, did a $2 super chat, says, I really like the setup with the camera. Yeah, but it's weird. You know, I'm not gonna have it like this forever. It's just weird. You've never seen it like this, right? It's a very odd setup. Okay.
Well, you're I'm seeing it in chat. Shout out Slat around. Too much work. It might be too much work for the guy to do on stream, but that's exactly why, again, this has no business being content. This is definitely something that should have been done in between streams or overnight or whatever he needs to do. Wake up early the next day, you know, as crazy as that might sound, and just do all of this off stream, off the clock, if you will, and just come into the next stream and be like, guys, look at this. Isn't this crazy? I didn't waste your time setting it up. I didn't waste your time sitting here watching terrible content. You just reap the rewards of this very kind dent who donated this, or so the lie goes. But no, of course not. You have to suffer through this. If you want the change, you have to be willing to sacrifice your own time and money to watch it being set up for some reason.
There's, I guess when I first tried to hang this one, there's some leftover glue.
Leftover glue?
I can't get it off. It's not even taped. So I don't know what happened. It's yucky. Ugh.
And you guys are absolutely right. It does look like he's wearing a diaper right now. Why are his britches so saggy in the ass department? Not on some sus shit, but like, brother, if you're gonna show yourself, you might want to at least not look like that. The trick is don't show yourself, obviously. Come on. It's the Atlas strategy. Gag.
What's a pain in my ass? It won't come off.
And I love that so the sound where the soundproofing was obviously like directly in frame of the camera, and it was set up that way on purpose. But I love that past the YouTube play button, it is completely barren and uninteresting. There is no personality, there's no excitement, because it wasn't going to be on camera. So why would we bother decorating, you guys? Why would we bother continuing to deck out this room with our personality and things that we enjoy?
Welcome to DSP HGTV.
If it's not going to be on camera,
All right.
that would be a waste of time, stupid. AK Ozzy, banned. That didn't happen. That never happened. Nobody has ever seen what you're talking about. Delusional style.
Next week I'll be on Beat Bobby Flay or Guys Grocery Games.
Yeah, Kaz, and that's exactly what this is. This is him just streaming chores. Like, he might as well just do IRL streams of him going to the store and picking things out. Obviously, that's too much personal information for the guy. Maybe... Yeah, maybe he should be doing vacuuming streams. Maybe that's the strategy. He should take the one out of Tevin's playbook and go cut the, not that he cuts the grass, but he should do like a grass cutting stream, a vacuuming stream, a sweeping stream, I want to say like a clean the bathtub stream, but I can't imagine the current state of the current bathtub. I don't know. Again, not content. Not content unless you're Tevin, in which case the grass cutting streams are peak, and I hope they come back and never go away. I need more road trips to Cane's or Walmart in the middle of the day. That's the move. Right. Let's start putting the foam. Let's start putting the frames up, you guys. I'm tired of looking at them take it down.
Oh boy, what a shocking twist! He would be shilling products. I never would have thought. I have a ton of drill bits. Probably this one. That's about right, I would say. That looks about right.
We have drill bits.
I have no clue.
I didn't even know the guy had a drill.
Let me put on my new reading glasses and see if I can see it.
Well, we've got new reading glasses. We've been shelling out money like crazy recently. If you even assume that half of the upgrades to his stream were bought and paid for by him, and the new phone, and the new glasses, holy shit, dude.
Should be big enough hole to get this wall anchor hammered into it. So I'm gonna use the 3/16 to make the holes. My new reading glass. I can't see shit. I can't see the chat. I can't see anything except right here. I can see like directly in front of me, but that's it.
He's got old man boomer glasses on. He literally can't see anything outside of his reading glasses.
The drill bit to the tip of the wall anchor. Yep, I'm telling you, it's correct. It's definitely correct. It's the right one. It's identical. That's correct. It's 3/16. That's it. Okay, so.
Well, yeah, he had to have just bought the drill because one of the reasons that he didn't replace his blinds and put up the blackout curtains or whatever is because he didn't have a drill. He was like, oh, I don't have the tools, you guys.
Slightly smaller than the anchor, correct. The drill bit looks like it's slightly smaller than the anchor, which means it's going to make the right size hole, I believe. I don't have another drill bit that would do this. The other ones are too big or too small. I only have... Yeah, the other two drill bits I have are way, way smaller. Way smaller. And the other ones are all bigger. Yep. The other two are like really narrow. So it has to be 3/16. Has to be. Okay. So. Good call. Whoever says take down the play button so it doesn't fall off your wall when you're doing this. Good call. This is a nice drill. All you just screw in and out the attachments. You don't have to like click them or do anything crazy. You can literally just screw.
What brand is that drill?
Tighten slowly and then just get it perfect in the center. I don't know if all power drills are like this. The first one I've owned. My dad owned a bunch back in the day, but I've owned a power drill before this one. My very first one. Okay.
The very first drill at 42 years old is kind of crazy.
Indeed, we were going the right way. And I need to put it on.
I got my first power drill when I was 19 and I moved into my own house.
Yes, I know wall anchors.
It's very robust and meaningful to me.
Okay. Well, I understand what you guys are saying. You guys are saying I can go get those boring screws, right? The ones that like bore into the wall, and I don't need to anchor them. But I'm not gonna get those. I'm just gonna use what it came with.
It's a dark side drill. I like it. I like it. I like it. It's good.
Okay. So.
Well, and that's what it looks like. It looks like a Temu brand or a Harbor Freight style. Like it just from what the distance that we're at. Obviously, I don't have the best gauge of it, but it literally looks like it's made out of plastic. Like if you told me that he was holding one of those child-sized drills that you get like in the mimic tools for kids, like the toddler toys, I would have believed you. It looked that kind of plastic.
You screw it into the frame. You don't screw it first and then put the frame on it. You actually screw it into the frame. Okay, so a couple things. I gotta figure out where I want my frames to be. Okay.
Now we have to figure out where we want the frames to be.
I can't stand up. I'm stuck in my chair. Oh, okay.
I don't even know what he meant by figure out where he wants it to be. There's not going to be any sort of measurements or thoughts. He's just going to do whatever. This isn't some sort of plan that we're executing or anything.
Remember, on camera, you guys are only going to be able to see to above where the ghost is. That's where the camera will cut off. So right now, I'm only interested in putting them where those are, and that's it. Yeah.
And that only confirms exactly what I was saying a few minutes ago. The only thing that DSP gives a shit about is exactly what's on frame, and everything outside of that can just look as horrid as possible. It doesn't make a difference to him. And that's just so silly. I don't know. It just screams like no personality, no enjoyment. Like the only thing that he gives, like, and he doesn't even give a shit about the streams. It's all about this weird presentation that he's obsessed with. Thank you, Sweet Papa Stovepipe, for the 8 months. Morning, lads. What's been going on in the snort realm as of late? I have barely been around. My streams I watch as of late. Well, we watched the guy talk about Mutahar and the casino earlier. And now we're putting up foam. That's all that's really happened. The rest of the week is, if you ask me, been pretty lackluster. He's just on his confidence arc right now because of the casino. And now we've got $200 worth of foam. Very cool. Well, I guess it's $200 worth of foam and plastic. You can't forget about the plastic part, the part that's actually probably the most expensive part.
Around it, right? I gotta decide if I want 3 or 4 behind me.
God, I wish I could see the name on the side of that drill. So curious. Yo, big ups, Chiba 801 for the 3 months. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you. Big ups, Atlas. Big ups, you. Real talk. And Jimbalaya with the 10. Saying he's built like a flathead screwdriver. Oh, 100%. I don't know if you guys seen the, let's see if I can pull it up here. Had sent
Perfect.
video or a picture the other day.
Absolutely perfect. Correct drill size, correct everything.
That I was sent.
Good.
I have to go get
Perfect.
it. Of DSP and his flat-headedness. I have no idea where I saved this image to, so I have to just go get it again.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
This image. I didn't want to do that. I replaced the cat with this. That's a shame, actually. But look at this guy. Just why would he have posed like this, knowing that people say that he's got a flat head, that he needed tummy time? Why would he pose like this with the crown that's obviously too small? I think it would fit better if he like leaned it back a little bit and didn't have it so far down on his fucking forehead, but I know that he's trying to cut his forehead down a little bit as his hairline gradually recedes. Don't worry, you're not missing anything going on here. I think the crown would have fit better if he just slanted it back a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. It doesn't make any sort of difference at all. Cat's back. For all you cat enjoyers out there. Holy shit, Phil. Do you have anything to add? Like, this is actually a silent style stream. Charlie Chaplin made this one. That's the guy that made the silent movies, right? I don't know. I wasn't alive. I'll message ALT. Hang on.
We have a fail.
Try and get a
It was going in,
confirmation.
it stopped halfway, and now I can't get it out. It's stuck in the anchor, and now it won't come out. I don't know what happened. It was going in smooth, and all of a sudden it stopped, and now it won't go in any further. And I've even increased the drill strength, and it's stuck. It's not going in all the way, and I can't get it to come out either. So I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know if it stripped the screw. Like, I don't know if this bit was too big. It might have stripped the screw. No, it stuck because the hole was fine. The whole anchor's in there. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here to get this out now. I didn't do anything wrong. I did how you're supposed to do it. And for some reason, I'm getting halfway. I don't know.
I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct, you
Are
guys.
you crazy? I don't know what to do here. I can't get it out. Like, I'm trying to get it out. It won't even come out. Even more go all the way. This maximum strength. I don't know, man.
My God, we're crowdsourcing like construction style DIY in our own house. That's crazy to me.
Can we get a smaller drill bit instead of this big one?
I'm gonna go on Amazon real quick and see if I can get that shit ass colored drill and figure out what that is, because I cannot make out what it is. Because I really do think it's like an Amazon Basics. It's Black & Decker. That's the one right there. I can't show this to you because it's got my information on the side, as Amazon always
This drill
does.
came with so many screwdriver attachments. I don't know.
I guess I could sign out.
I have like a zillion of them.
I'm not signing out. Ack.
So I don't know what size to use. I have no concept of what size I should be using.
Yeah, it's a Black & Decker drill. It cost $50. It comes with
but it got frozen by PayPal.
30 piece bits and driver kit.
So I apologize. It looks like it was going to be a $20 tip from someone, but it didn't go through. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll sign out.
It really sucks. The first screw screwed up, and now it seems like it might be stripped. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that either. This one fits pretty good. We're looking for the most snug fit, correct? That's too big. That one's pretty darn good. This one's not as good. This one's better. That one's too loose. I think this is the best one right here, actually. This one.
Okay, I can show this. It's delivering somewhere that I'm not actually located in, so that's fine.
No wiggle, yes.
Let me verify.
It's too small to fit in here.
No, okay, cool.
They gave me a whole bunch of bits, but they seem too small to fit in my drill. Look how small it is. It's tiny. I'm not gonna use
it. This is the drill that we're dealing with here. This is it. As you can see, that very, very specifically matches the one that he's got there. It just looks cheap as shit. I can't attest to the power of the Black & Decker $50 drill off of Amazon here, but it just doesn't look the highest build quality. I'll leave it at that.
What's that? There's a whole bunch of long. Oh, is this it here? The attachment? There's an attachment. Ah, here we go. Extendo attachment. Got it. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, well, why would he use a drill for that? Double-sided tape would have worked better. He very specifically said that it's got...
There's no scullery made that can be summoned for a task. I'm reading for you, sire. This is it. Okay.
That it's got some sort of adhesive or sticky on the back that he could use instead of a drill, but it appears that he insists on using this drill for some reason. I like, he bought it.
I don't know if it's gonna work.
Maybe he just wanted an excuse to use it.
He retracted his super chat. I don't know why he did, because I already read it.
Yes, Veleron, this is the donated soundproof foam install. If you missed it earlier, we found the foam on Amazon, and I didn't show it, but they were $100 per 6 panels, and he's got at least 12. So it's $200 worth of foam and a $50 drill. And we're struggling to get the wall anchors in the wall.
Do you think I need an anchor for the bottom one, or can I do anchorless, just with the washer? Maybe I just put the anchor in the top one, and not the bottom one? Because it's going to be hard to do an anchor on the bottom, because how am I going to get the anchor in the air when the frame's in the way? You know what I'm saying? I don't even do it that way. So I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure how to do it, the bottom one. Smiley says you don't need anchors. Why did they give me anchors then, Smiley? It says to use that in the wall that's uneven. So you think just screw it in without the anchor and just screw right into the washer? Because I can do that too. You mark a spot, you take the frame off the wall. You can't take the frame off the wall because there's a washer holding it in place.
I've never had to use a wall anchor in my entire life. Just screwing it into the wall has always worked for me. Because I put shit on studs, stupid.
And the bottom one, I won't do it. Right? As long as I can screw it in, I probably should be able to screw it in with this power drill. It just worked really well and zip right in there when I had the right size bit. So that was the problem. I had the wrong size bit. It was too small, or too big. It wasn't fitting properly. My problem now is I don't know where I put that bit that I took off. It's lost. I really have no clue where it is. Yeah, I have no idea where it is.
Yeah, he's already said that he stripped one of the screws. So like this is prime DSP construction.
I might need that later, that attachment. Oops.
I'm definitely not hiring this company. I'll tell you that for free.
Another washer.
Redbird with the 2. It's the closet cleanout stream all over again. Yeah, 90% dead air and me desperately trying to fill it in.
All right.
It's the type of content as a detractor to make me wonder whether or not streaming it is even worth it. Because you got like, I don't know how much more you could really add before I start repeating myself and it becomes not worth it to you even. You know, might cut this one short today. We're gonna watch a little bit longer, of course. This is just something that, like, he should have done a long time ago, like at his parents' house or something, and his dad should have taught him these things, right? Like, he should be comfortable using a drill, putting things into the wall, understanding how to read instructions and put them together. Like, the ability to read and follow instructions is basic reading comprehension.
It's like I knew, it's not working. The screw will not just go into the wall.
And he's struggling with the most basic of home improvement, quote-unquote,
so
projects.
You don't need the hole in the drywall. It doesn't work. Yeah. I can't get it in there. Boniface and George, thanks for another super chat. That's why I need the drill bit. With the drill bit, you make the hole, then you can have this go in, right? I don't know how else I would get it in there.
Yeah, and that's exactly the thing, Valeron, is it's
good morning, Kanye.
I can't put all of the blame on his dad for not trying to teach him, because I know for a fact that even if he did, and that was probably the case, as every dad should try and, you know, show their kids ways to be handy in this capacity. DSP wouldn't have been for it. He was such a mama's boy. He was so interested in playing Street Fighter in his teenage years instead of actually doing anything that would, you know, improve his life. He was too busy going into debt to actually understand how to do anything. So I can't put all of the blame at his father's feet.
It ain't gonna work like that.
It's Linda's
It's not going
fault.
through. It's not gonna stick into the wall like that. That's why they want you to make the hole with the drill bit. So, I guess I gotta use the drill bit. I gotta make alternating between making holes in the wall. I don't know how else I'm gonna do it. It doesn't seem like it will work at all. We have anchors and everything. That's what I mean. That's what it says to do. They tell you to use anchors. People in chat are like, oh, you don't need to use anchors. You don't need to use anchors at all. Like, well, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna stay in place. I can't get the screw to go into the wall by itself. So it's obvious you need anchors.
It's obvious you need anchors.
All my shit.
Nothing you can do without the anchors, you guys. You guys are stupid. How dare you give him the wrong information about putting fucking screws into drywall?
You need the anchors, says Voltaire. I think you do. I don't see how you could do it without anchors. It's not gonna drill into the wall that way. So I'm just gonna do what they told me to do. I'm gonna put holes in the wall, anchors, and everything, like I was instructed to do. With the instructions that came with the product. The only difference is to do by hand with a screwdriver. Yeah, right. Are you gonna do that? No, you don't only need anchors if you're attaching studs. I'd use anchors to put my blinds in downstairs.
DSP, king of fucking wall anchors, I guess. Couldn't be me. Wouldn't be caught dead using wall anchors. What do I look like, a pussy?
I'm questioning what to do instead of just doing it right. I'm just gonna do it right.
I don't know. That's kind of a weird take I have. I just don't like dealing with wall anchors. I think they're lame. Maybe it was me who was dented the whole time. I can tell you though, when it comes to anything automotive style, anything related to cars, I'm not your guy. I'm not your guy. My dad tried to show me stuff on cars, but he likes working on cars about as much as I like learning about cars. So that was not in my wheelhouse. Hold the flashlight was something we did in the house. Anything that went on in the garage was none of my fucking business. That was lame. Cars are for bozos? I don't even like driving. Your team studs above anchors? Oh, absolutely. Put things in the wall on studs, and if you don't have a stud there, that it goes up with command strips. And if it doesn't need command strips, figure it out, I guess. But wall anchors is the last. That's the last straw. I have changed my own oil on my motorcycle. Okay. That was stupid and a waste of my time, and actually cost me the exact same amount to get the oil in the filter than to just have somebody else do it. And that's not an exaggeration. That's not a cope and seethe. That is genuinely what the receipts show. So it is what it is.
It stripped this fucking screw. The top one worked fine. The bottom one, it stripped the screw for no reason. Same exact bit. So it's the right bit, but it fucked it up anyway. Or not bit, what do you call it? Screwdriver or whatever. It fucked up the bottom one. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't even get it to tighten now. It's stuck. So later on, if I ever want to get it out of the wall, I'm going to have to rip it out of the wall with like pliers. But I don't know what I was supposed to do. You know, I don't know what I was supposed to do. It was... I don't know.
That's a great question, Ganji Ninja. How many times have we sat down during our first attempt of hanging the first mount?
Yeah, you're probably right.
That's a great
It ain't gonna hold on the bottom screw. There's nothing to hold it in place now.
Okay, so let's see if I can see it in the little thumbnail here. Okay, we get up here to put it in, and then we
try a smaller bit. So all I can do is go a size down.
Sit down
and see if it'll catch again.
Sit down again.
We try.
Sit down again.
This is a pain in the ass, is what it is.
We sit down again, and then we sit down again. Okay, we stay seated for a while. We're still so about 4 or 5 times now we've sat down since putting up this first
not spinning at all.
First frame.
What a pain in my ass. Then I can't retap it or nothing. It's stuck in there, so the first panel's gonna always be loose on the bottom. There's nothing I can do about that. At least the top screw isn't super tight. The top screw is in correctly. The other one is not.
Task share, we are desperately trying to figure out how to put this frame up so that we can put our foam inside of it for some reason. We've bought the most complicated acoustic foam on the planet so that we can complain about it.
Well, let's do the next one. Nothing I can do.
And like, I know this is none of Kat's business and she shouldn't be on stream, but if this is something that genuinely needed to be done for the stream to make more money and pay the bills that he has to pay,
I have the one as a guide. I can now drill other holes. You see, I can do them right next to it. So
this is the type of home project that could be done with your significant other. That's like a bonding thing. You know, you can have your laughs amongst yourselves and just kind of work together. And should have been done again off stream. And it could have been fun. It actually could have been meaningful.
Easily, no problems. I could drill 4 holes right away. Boom,
like
boom,
when
boom.
me and my girlfriend put up our backsplash or replaced the wallpaper in the kitchen or, you know, all of those things can be done with your significant other and it can be fun and enjoyable.
You're probably fine with the top and another screw.
Not for the guy, I
guess.
guess.
To do, but obviously, I need to have both secure. The bottom one's not secure at all.
But she's home now, by the way. That it is confirmed. So there's really just no excuse other than he feels the need to stream this for some reason.
That's straight.
Yeah, he really is making no progress. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We're still on the first frame. We have gotten back up, though, out of the seat. So that's pretty cool. I think the best home improvement projects are done standing, obviously. You know what they say? If you're sitting down, you're not working. Oh, there we go. All right.
That was the easy part. I'll get the anchors in.
Oh. It's like, does he sit down to talk into the microphone? Does he not understand that it picks him up at a further range than...
Beautiful and flat right there.
Than right there? Also, is that a hammer?
Beautiful and flat right there. Very nice. These are working out much easier than the last one. So be much smoother.
What are we using a hammer on?
No, these are too heavy. Double-sided tape wouldn't work. They came with sticky things, but it says it only works on.
Aren't these screws?
So it wouldn't work. It would have fallen off.
Holy shit. We're legitimately... What are we nailing in? Or what are we hammering in? We don't have nails. There's no nails.
Those went in beautifully. No problem. Now
Wall anchors are also screws, are they not?
Thank you for that super chat earlier. I'm sorry I didn't put you on the leaderboard.
There's no fucking way we're hammering in screws, guys. You're out of your mind. There's no way he's that stupid.
Washer.
Okay. Or we're at least getting to frame 2. Now this is where it picks up, you guys. I promise. He's got the first one in now. He's got it. He's got it dialed in. He's figured out the process. It for some reason involves a hammer, but now we're gonna get it moving. Now we're gonna really kick ass here. This is gonna be done in no time. You're gonna blink and it's gonna be over. You just have to take a really, really long blink, obviously.
Not yet. Oh, come on. What is going on? How did the go in? Dude, this is not working. What the fuck? Are you kidding? Right in there. Does it not work? Dude. I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm not gonna be able to do this. The screws are stripping. What, I didn't do anything wrong. The first screw I got to fine. The second screw strips almost all the way in. This one's not even halfway in and it's stripped. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Why are these screws so shitty? Every screw is stripping on me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. The screws are so bad, I'm never gonna go into the wall.
Should have brought your own screws then, stupid.
You know?
Why don't you have screws in your house? What the fuck is even
I
that?
don't know what am I supposed to do.
This guy bought a drill and no screws. Ack.
That was every
And yeah, no,
the ridiculous nonsense.
I don't think the screws are a problem at all. But even if that was the case,
it fits perfectly. It's actually snug on the screw. The bit I'm using is snug on the screw. Look, I twist, it doesn't even move. It's stuck. But then I go to drill, it's stuck. You should be using an impact driver to drive screws in. What the fuck is an impact driver? People are saying
thank you.
I guess I can. But this one is fucked. I don't know what to do. How to get that one out. That one's fucked. It's stuck in there. I do have a flip set downstairs that I could try to use. If that's gonna work better.
No way we're gonna try and do this with an actual
Well,
screwdriver.
try to get a regular screwdriver and see. I'm not gonna use this one.
If the drill didn't fucking work. Whatever. Thank you. I need a hand job for the 5 months as a member of the 60 Skulls, late to the shift. What the fuck is he doing now? What fuckery did I miss? We talked about Mutahar and the casino, and now we're trying to put up these frames for the acoustic foam that cost way too much money. Because they're name brand, stupid. They're the AAA developed foam acoustic panels. Okay. Totally donated by a dent, by the way. We were hammering screws into the wall.
I do have a question. I have self-boring screws.
Yes, hammering
I don't
screws.
care if they go through the drywall and stick out the other side, but I have self-boring screws. Would that work better in the shit than these shitty screws they gave me? Because I think those are more for wood, right? The self-boring screws. I think those are for wood. We're fine on drywall. I just don't know what I'm gonna do about this one because now that screw's stuck. I don't know if this screwdriver's gonna get it out or in.
I don't understand how he's struggling so much with this. And it's another one of those situations where, like, I can't actually see what's going on over there. I don't have a hold of his tools or his bits or what kind of screws he's even dealing with here. Fuck, for all I know, they could be torque bits. I don't know. They're Phillips. They're Phillips. He just got a Phillips head screwdriver.
It was working fine, and now it's coming out of the wall, which means basically, I guess the hole was too big. Is that what that means?
I just don't even know how he could be messing this up so poorly. This is crazy. Thank you, Darkslayer Don, for the 7 months as a member of the 60 Skulls. What the fuck is his hair? That's the fresh cut. You don't like it? I think he looks incredibly dapper and robust. Come on. You guys are just hating on his haircut. I mean, it really accentuates his age.
I have an anchor in it.
I think.
That's the problem. And the whole thing's loose and coming out of the wall. So I don't know how to fix that. It makes no sense because this one fit perfectly. This one does not, but this one fit perfectly.
This is Mr. Bad Back, by the way, who's gotten up 100,000 times since we've started this venture. That's really dumb. All I can do. I'm gonna try to hand screw the bottom of it and tighten it. It might stay, but I don't know what to do for the future ones. And this is something that I often think about when I do my own home improvement projects. It's something that I don't think that DSP even considered, as he just confirmed that he doesn't care if these screws go all the way through the wall or whatever. He is aware of the fact there's wires in these walls, correct? The electricity has to run through the house in some sort of way, and that oftentimes it's wires in the walls that connect to outlets. That can genuinely be a concern and something that they make tools to detect. And probably should be done before you just start putting shit into the walls. Maybe I'm a little too cautious about something like that. But the last thing I ever wanted to do is come home and find my house fucking burnt down because I wanted to hang a picture frame or something, you know? DSP apparently did not take that into consideration. Just shove the screws in. Sorry, hammer the screws in.
I don't even get it. I don't know what happened. Right? I don't know. What went wrong? The first one worked. This one worked. This one didn't. You're saying the holes are too big?
His house has wireless electricity. I like that. I like that. Maybe one day that'll be a statement you can truly say. Wouldn't that be cool?
Stupid little screw that's not working.
Have I seen his wires from his systems? He doesn't care. Yeah, I guess that's fair enough. Fire hazard is a foreign concept to DSP.
You can just pull everything out and then use the self-boring screw in place? Okay.
He says later in the video, the other side of the wall is his bathroom. I don't think that takes away the wire hazard here. Also, I don't know why it matters what's on the other side of the wall, unless he genuinely thinks that he's going to be going through not only one drywall, but potentially a stud and then also the other drywall. I don't know how thin his walls are, but I don't imagine it would be that thin that the company provided screw is going to go through both sets. I don't think so, bud. Oh, water lines. I didn't even fucking think of that. You guys are right. Maybe it's not an electricity thing. Maybe it's a water line thing. Oh my god. I again didn't even think of that.
Yes, the right one's lower because it's not holding it in place because it's not snug against the wall.
Holy shit, this guy, dude.
I don't know what else to do. It's already not working. This thing's already a fucking nightmare.
It's already not working, you guys. Nothing I could do. Just throw your hands up and call it a day, brother. Do this shit off stream. Hire somebody to do it for all I give a shit. This is just not it. Solidus Prime with the 5. Thank you so much. Sounds like DSP doesn't want to have them on to ask questions and put them on the spot. I'm confused as to what that is in reference to. Possibly behind the stream? Question mark? I'm unsure. I appreciate the 5 nonetheless, and if you ever catch up, let me know. I will, I'll properly respond as soon as I understand. Thank you. I appreciate it. I like that we're using the PS5 box as kind of a workstation area where we're putting the screws or wall anchors or whatever. Really glad that we kept all of the figurines on top of it to make it the most cluttered workspace possible. How many of these do we even get done? Okay. Spoilers, it's like 4. But I did see foam being put up, so that's pretty cool.
On the wall, so that's at least something. But I don't know what to do. I mean, it looked like it was fitting, and this one is in tight and snug. Yet these other holes, I guess, are too big. So now I gotta move everything over like half an inch and start over. But I don't know if I use a smaller drill bit. Do I not use a drill bit and just try to put these in by hand? How the fuck am I gonna do that when it looks like this? That's not sharp. That's not gonna go into the wall. It doesn't make sense. Right? To use an anchor, you need to have a hole in the wall. So how am I gonna get an anchor like this in there by hand? Which is actually what it says to do in the instructions. They show you doing it by hand. It doesn't make any sense. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
You could do a pilot hole.
There's no way to do that, right?
As a former CNC machine operator, pilot holes are incredibly based and cool, and the best way to get bigger sized things into a harder surface, even though drywall's not a particularly hard surface, that's besides the point.
I have boring screws. That's what this is.
Yes.
Maybe I should just put the whole fucking thing together with boring screws and forget the holes entirely. Forget the anchors. Forget these fucking shitty screws. Just do the whole thing with boring screws.
You should just use a whole boring bar, actually.
I think I have more than enough.
Replace the inserts on your boring bar and just go to town, boss. Run it at about 3,000 RPM. Feed it at about 0.12.
The washers off, which
Rip and
I can't do.
tear, bud.
The screw is permanently stuck in this anchor, so I'm gonna be short a few washers. Now I don't even know how that's gonna work. If I'm short washers, I can't stick them in place, right? Fuck. Oh my god, this is shit, man. Why do you give me the worst hardware? This is stupid. Hey Elgato, if you're going to sell incredibly expensive, soundproofing foam for your wall, would you sell hardware that actually is worth shit? Like put it in there instead of me having to use special shit because your stuff doesn't work. I do need to start over because the holes that I put in the wall are too big. I have holes in the wall that are too big for this thing, so I have to start over.
Holy fuck, we're not starting over. There's no way we take this frame off the wall. If the frame comes off the wall, stream's over. That's it. If the one frame we have up comes down, I'm done.
Finish this. So I have to remove this one, which I don't even know if I can do because
no way.
It was stripped. The screw was stripped.
No way. Not gonna happen. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Leave it in. Leave it in. It's got to stay there forever. No way. No, guys. There's no way he pulls this fucking thing out of the wall. He's really fucking struggling with it though. Like the anticipation was up, but no! Oh no!
The bottom's fucked up, and I don't know if I can take it out. I literally don't know if I can take that bottom one out.
It's still on the wall, you guys. It's still on the wall. I'm coping and seething right now. It's still on the wall. The bottom one's still in. Or I guess it's the top now. Jambalaya with the 10. DSP, spend money first, ask questions later. Well, that's tried and true strategy on the DSP Space Gaming channel. Yeah, I'm thinking the stream's gonna be over, folks. I said what I said, and I have to be a man of my word. I thought there was no way. I thought I was talking out of my ass here. The guys are really gonna reset all of his progress. And it looks like he pulled the frame apart.
What do about this one? It's stripped and it's not coming out. If I get this one out, I'm good. I can use the self-boring screws and hang all these properly. But I can't do it right now. I need that one out of there. I can't get it out. How the hell do I get this out of the wall?
See, and you say 30 minutes, right? And we've only got one up. 30 minutes, not even one up. Yes.
Duh. That's what the hammer's for, stupid. Boy,
We've been on this segment This is actually an hour and a half's worth of DSP's content since he took the old one down. An hour and a half trying to get up any frames at all, and we've currently just reset our progress. It's no fucking wonder we had to do an entire night stream for this.
What in the goddamn?
Holy shit. Lord Kane 666 with the 5 months. Big ups, brother. He literally streaming this. He's the worst streamer I've ever seen in the existence of YouTube. And I can't help but agree. This is just, it's just non-tent. If there ever was non-tent, it's this. This is not interesting. And the only reason that it is interesting currently is because we're pointing and laughing. If you were actually watching this raw, if you were actually in DSP's chat as a legitimate, authentic viewer, I can't imagine what's going through your brain right now.
That's what the hammer's for. That's why they designed it like that. Okay.
But it's off the wall. That's it. That's the stream. Incredibly short today. He's called my bluff. He's torn everything asunder and just dashed my plans into oblivion. Thank you everybody for stopping by. It was incredibly cool. We talked about incredibly cool things. All of you were awesome. Very, very supportive style, of course, as you guys always are, with all of your cool comments that I love reading. Dr. Attractor with the $9.99 real quick. How is this a stream? What went through his mind to do this on stream and not in between the stream? It's because he wants to be paid. It's a shameless grift, and he can't do anything off the clock, obviously. Thank you for the $9.99, though. I appreciate it. See you all tonight on WPIG 1651 at 8 p.m. Eastern. For Act the King, and tomorrow for the React. Yes, Atlas is going to be doing the React yet again. It's been a long time, a couple weeks now, where I didn't do it, and I'm here to suffer with you guys again tomorrow. So thank you all so much. Like I said, appreciate everybody who checked out the clip channel this week. I'm going to continue to try and do that. Thank you. Stay safe. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Till I see you again. Goodbye.